step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
There you have it. Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to it. It's a Friday. My name is Graham Richards. So pleased to have you in our care for the next 3 hours.
Absolutely. And my name is Katla Maboy. Always so good to be in your company. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day as we lead you into the weekend on this Friday. Yes, it is finally Friday. Yeah, can you believe it? The week has whizzed past. But if you need any excuse to look forward to Monday, then look no further than Gospel Mondays with Jared Ricketts and, of course, Roderick McKay. So do us a favor, visit our Facebook page and our Twitter page and vote for your favorite song to be chosen. There are 3, as always, and number 1 among them, Here I Am to Worship. Okay. Number 2, I Surrender All. And number 3, Fix Me Jesus.
Fix Me Jesus.
In no particular order. It's all up for you to vote and decide.
You got the whole weekend. You can play them a little bit, sing to yourself, get into the vibe, choose which one. Maybe you can sing 1 or 2 at church on Sunday, and you can decide which one you think Jared should sing beautifully as he does on a Monday morning. But it is a Friday. We still got 3 hours of Friday fun and madness and a little bit of football to get through this morning.
I'm liking your touch of red there. I'm not sure if you're kind of giving a little nudge to the Gunners for the last weekend of the Premier League to say, come on, boys, you can do it. Just, bag a little 3 points for us there.
But it's interesting, man. It's going down now. You've got 3 teams vying for a place in Europe. They're all kind of in the mix together. Wolves could spoil the party. Spurs are
had a great season.
Nowhere for anything.
Hey, I wasn't about to bring that up, but you did.
We take what we can get. But we will be talking a little bit of sport, a little bit of rugby there as well. I think New Zealand is going to be by New Zealand. But I think we've still got to kind of, it's the only live rugby we can watch, so we'll watch it. But Morgan Newman is going to join us to chat a little bit about all of the weekend sports a little bit later.
Hey, guys.
Good morning, boys. You're looking dapper indeed, and I cannot thank you enough for representing the champions of the world, the champions of Europe, and of course, the champions of England as of this week, guys. Thank you, gentlemen. In Liverpool's honor, I do appreciate it, and good morning to all you beautiful people. It's Friday. Yay, Jamie Lee Dobberg.
Absolutely. Oh, good morning. So good to have you in our company this morning. So good to be able to wake up with you, South Africa, this morning. It is Friday. It is a weekend, and on our social media platforms, we want to know, what are your plans? What are your lockdown plans? Let us know, inspire us, because some of us have just been doing the same thing over and over, and we need inspiration. I know you. What are you going to be doing this weekend, by the way?
2 things, Jamie. I'm definitely, obviously, going to be in the mountain.
Of course.
And number 2, I'm feeling a bit left out. The gents are looking really dapper. I love those looks. So I'm maybe going to head up to the shop and get myself a blazer as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, just normal nature boy for me and yourself.
Not as interesting as what you're going to be doing. I'm actually doing a Zoom birthday party for Luca. It's
awesome.
my nephew's birthday, so we're doing like this whole Zoom kind of vibe. It's the new normal, everybody. This is how we party. So I don't know how I'm going to be keeping Luca, entertained while being on a Zoom call for an hour, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. But of course, let's find out what's happening in and around the world with Kat.
Well, it's 3 minutes past 6, and here's a look at those news headlines on this Friday morning. On the national news front, President Cyril Ramaphosa last night announced that all public schools would close for 4 weeks from Monday to August, the 24th of 2020. Now, however, grade 12 pupils will only have 1 week break and return to school on the 3rd of August. Grade 7s will have a 2-week break and return on the 10th of August. He confirmed that school feeding schemes would continue and that learners or their parents could collect their food parcels from the schools. The president said that the move was in line with the World Health Organization's guidelines. Now, in his address to the nation last night, President Ramaphosa also vowed to crack down on corruption and mismanagement relating to COVID-19 relief funds, saying the consequences would be, quote, very, very severe for those found guilty. He said the government had established a coordinating center to strengthen efforts between law enforcement agencies and investigate allegations of corruption relating to social relief grants, procurement of personal protective equipment, and the distribution of food parcels. A total of 36 cases were already at an advanced stage of investigation. On the international news front, China yesterday launched its first rover mission to Mars. The 6-wheeled robot, encapsulated in a protective probe, lifted off Earth by a Long March 5 rocket, should arrive in orbit around the red planet in February. Now, Tianwen-1, or Questions to Heaven, is one of 3 missions setting off to Mars in the space of 11 days. On Monday, the United Arab Emirates launched its Hope satellite towards the red planet, and in a week's time, NASA is to dispatch its next-generation rover, Perseverance. Now, the World Health Organization and the Africa Center for Disease Control have confirmed and formed a committee to advise and provide support into research of traditional remedies for COVID-19. Now, the experts will advise African countries on the science, safety, and quality of traditional medicine. They will support countries to ensure clinical trials of traditional medicines comply with international standards. The formation of the committee comes as Madagascar, which has been promoting a herbal remedy for COVID-19, is reported to be overwhelmed by the number of infected people. And now, all the way from India, news of an extraordinary love. A bull and a cow in Tamil Nadu, India, are reunited after a heart-rendering video surfaced on social media of the two being separated. In the video, an upset bull, Manja Malai, can be seen circling a truck about to transport the cow he deeply adores. He even pursues the truck for some 2 kilometers. Now, the owner of the cow, Lakshmi, said he had reared her along with the temple bull. Now, because of the lockdown, there had been financial difficulties, and it was decided to sell Lakshmi to a milk farm. Now, as he loaded her onto his truck one afternoon, Manja Malai came in search of her, acting very agitated, pushy, and persistent. He clearly couldn't bear the separation, even sticking his head through the truck's window as if pleading for her to stay. The touching video tugged at heartstrings of many residents and across the state, and soon they were offering money for Lakshmi to be bought back as a temple cow. This happened soon, and Lakshmi and Manja Malai have been reunited in a happy forever after relationship. And now, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, quarantine has brought us some unanticipated surprises. And yesterday, American singer Taylor Swift announced that she is sharing hers with the world. She's releasing a surprise album called Folklore today, something that she did not plan on happening, she wrote on Instagram. She explained that while many things she planned for the North American summer didn't take place, she instead recorded a brand new 16-track album in isolation, into which she poured all of her, quote, whims, dreams, fears, and musings. Now, also being released today is the music video for the first single, Cardigan, which she wrote, directed, and assured she filmed while following all COVID-19 regulations, including doing her own makeup, her own hair, and styling, she added. Now, before this year, I probably would have overthought when the release, or to release the music at the perfect time. But the times that we are living in keep reminding me that nothing is guaranteed. Also very true, but what we do guarantee is hoping to bring you all the feel-good on this Friday morning. But that's it for the news at 6 o'clock. Right now, let's take a look at the sporting headlines. Here's Graham.
Thanks so much, Kat. Once again, staring down a bumper weekend of sport. Let's kick it off with rugby from afar. There will be 4 rugby matches to keep us entertained this weekend, starting with round 4 of Super Rugby Australia. That'll kick off a little bit later this morning, in fact, with the Waratahs up against the Rebels at 5 minutes past 11 South African time. Then tomorrow, the Western Force face off against the Brumbies. Then in New Zealand Super Rugby, Aotearoa log leaders, the Crusaders, will return from a bye to take on the Hurricanes, and the Blues face off against the bottom of the table Chiefs, that game on Sunday. And plenty of football action to come as well. The Premier League champions Liverpool and second place Manchester City, of course, have already confirmed their spots in UEFA Champions League football for next season. There are only 2 remaining places, and 3 clubs will be fighting it out for that spot. Manchester United and Chelsea, they're equal on points on 63. Leicester has 62 points. The final day of Premier League action of the season will see Man United go head-to-head with Leicester. Chelsea will look for that vital win when they face Wolves, who could spoil the party. And all 10 Premier League matches to round off the season will kick off at 5 p.m. Then massive news and I mean literally massive news in the world of boxing. Former heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson will return to the boxing ring for an 8-round exhibition fight against former 4-division world champion Roy Jones Jr. The 54-year-old Tyson last fought professionally back in 2005 and will now Derby gearing up for the bout against Jones, set to take place in Los Angeles on the 12th of September. It is massive. Then returning to motorsport, reigning MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez has been declared fit to race at the Andalusian Grand Prix this weekend after undergoing a successful surgery on a broken arm this week. The 8-time world champion broke his arm in Sunday's season opener in Jerez and underwent surgery in Barcelona on Tuesday. The Andalusian Grand Prix will start at 2 p.m. on Sunday, with qualifying happening the day before on Saturday. But we'll delve a little deeper into all of our weekend sporting action in our sports preview with Morgan Newman in just a moment, so keep it locked.
It's now time for us to have the first look at the weather. Let's start off the weekend on the right note by knowing exactly what the temperatures are for the day. First, here are some sunrise pictures from our viewers, starting off with Ndogozo Makatini, who shared this one from his hood in Johannesburg with scattered clouds in sight. Josie, your temperatures for today start at 2 degrees and will reach a high of 18 degrees. Umbumelelo Nga shared this golden sunrise in the horizon taken in Pietermaritzburg. PMB, your temperatures range from 6 degrees and will reach a high of 23 degrees. Thank you so much, Ndogozo and Bumelelo, for your sunrise pictures. I hope that you have a great start to your weekend. It's the dry season again in Greece and California, and with that comes the all too familiar and feared wildfire season. In Greece, locals and tourists were evacuated yesterday as fires continued to rage near the city of Corinth for a second day. The flames are out of control and the mayor has called for a state of emergency to be declared in the region. More than 260 firefighters are currently battling the blaze, with 10 helicopters and 10 planes assisting. And in California, wildfires, which started on Saturday, are still raging, with one doubling in size in just one day, expanding to some 50 square kilometers. It is now forcing evacuations in its path. The fire also damaged an important fiber optic cable, knocking out cellular and internet service in the area, which included the Cal Fire headquarters and fire command base. But bringing it back home to our country, the country will be enjoying fine to warm weather this Friday, but some parts of KZN should expect some morning rain. Masqale ePolokwane, mostly cloudy day rather in Polokwane at a low of 3 degrees, reaching a high of 21. Bombela, it's a partly cloudy day with a low of 8 degrees, reaching a high of 19. Sunny day in Pretoria at a maximum of 20 degrees with a minimum of 4, and hazy sunshine for Johannesburg at a high of 18 and a low of 2 degrees. Mahikeng 320, Klerksdorp 120 are your temperatures for the day. A sunny day in the Big Hall at a maximum of 21 and a low of 3 degrees. Bloemfontein starts off the morning at -2, reaching a high of 21. Richards Bay, it's a partly cloudy day at a low of 13, reaching a high of 23. Pietermaritzburg 623 and South Africa's playground Durban 1023. Now moving over to Mthatha at a minimum of 4 degrees, reaching a high of 25. East London, your maximum for the day is 25 but starts off at a low of 12. And Cradock 124 are your temperatures. It's going to be a sunny day. Ebayi, Port Elizabeth 11 is the minimum temperature, reaching a maximum of 26, and George 1328. A partly cloudy day in Cape Town at a low of 12, reaching a high of 23. And Worcester, your minimum for the morning is 11, reaching an afternoon high of 25. Sutherland 221 and Uppington 424. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day. And here are some words of inspiration to get you started.
Yeah, there truly is nothing that compares to that Friday feeling, especially when you step into the end of the week and the possibilities lie ahead, and they are endless. Doesn't it seem that way on a Friday? It seems like the next 2 days are going to take forever.
I'm imbued. Is that the right word? Imbued with hope.
Absolutely.
On a Friday, man. Feeling very enthused, and also loving the fact that it's been Mandela Month and we've had an opportunity to see the best in everybody.
Absolutely. Now, if you are feeling a little bit defeated, exhausted, it's possible, and even feeling a little bit demotivated when you think of the week that has passed. But listen, Friday is a chance for you to dust yourself off, press that reset button, and continue continue to live your best life, your best self. And in fact, Tata Madiba encapsulates this with the following words, very, very wise words indeed.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes. I think this is a mantra to live by. There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living.
Yeah, and why would you want to live otherwise?
Man, I think so. We settle, and we've been forced to settle with the whole lockdown thing. But I imagine that moment in his own life where Tata had to look in a mirror and say that to himself. Because these are all things that he, I would imagine, would have been motivated by moments in his own life where he needed to drive himself.
Yeah.
When did he look in the mirror and say that to himself? This is what he needs to do and step up and do.
Yeah.
You can do that for yourself today.
Get out there, Mzansi, and live your greatest lives and tap into that Friday feeling.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Jimmy, welcome to it. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, but it's also that time of the day where we wish you, our loyal and loved viewers, a very happy birthday. Now, if it is your birthday today, you shared with one of the most influential Latin entertainers in the United States, the girl from the Bronx, Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo, who turns 51 years old today. Can you even believe it? This girl is still playing.
Jamie, this woman does not age.
Not at all. I mean, she's an American actress, singer, producer, and businesswoman. She has been in the industry, get this, for over 30 years, but she's still one of Hollywood's leading ladies. She has received a landmark star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, of course, and the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award, among other honors, and she's definitely not slowing down anytime soon. I just want her body.
Sure.
I mean, what do you think goes into her diet and just like looking like that at 51 years old?
Well, for 30 years, I think she's been doing something right. I think all those moves and all those dance-inspired moves have definitely helped her, but I think it's just like diamonds and golds going in there by the looks of it.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Okay.
Well, Jenny, have a beautiful day, and now for the rest of you awesome viewers, it's time to celebrate. And of course, with Friday here, it's an extra special day. So we're starting off with Vida, and it's a happy 8th birthday to our daughter and sister, Vida dos Santos. May God bless you. More love from Shiri and the family. And now our next one goes out to Neil, saying a happy birthday to my baby's father, Niels Roos. We wish you a very happy birthday, and we want you to always keep in mind that we love you and we miss you very much. From Corin and his baby Madison. Oh, happy birthday to you.
Beautiful. And then happy 18th birthday to our daughter and sister Whitney Ben. Blessings to you on this wonderful day. Love from your dad, your mom, and Nathan. And then a happy 28th birthday to Mosadi Wapula Marekwa. May God bless you with all that you pray for. Enjoy your special day from us at the Expresso Show. Yes, from all of us, the family, man.
Look at that outfit on fleek, pink for the day. That's fire indeed. And now we got Nancy coming up. Wil graag my ou soes Nancy Smith van Robertson gelukwens op haar 15ste verjaarsdag. 50 het nog nooit so sexy gelyk nie. En baie geluk, Nancy. Maar jy, why are you laughing at me, Jamie?
I just feel like the people from Calvinia is hating you so much right now for like butchering the language.
Oh, Nancy, baie lief vir jou op jou verjaarsdag. And I do apologize that I did butcher that birthday, but I hope you have an incredible day. There's so much love coming through from your family, the kinders, Mama, Pula, and Papa Ben, of course. I hope it is nothing but an incredible one indeed.
And then the next one reads in English, thankfully. I wish my sister, Nontombi Dlamini, a happy 34th birthday. We love you, sis, and this comes from your sister, Nkoluleko Dlamini, and the twins. And then another one for Dolly. Thank you, Mom, for being there every day with just the love that we needed. We just want you to know how special and fortunate we find ourselves to be blessed with a mother as loving, caring, and wonderful as you. Happy birthday and have a fantastic day. Lots of love and blessings from Karshan, Larshan, Karen, and Sabata.
Oh, it's like what they're rhyming there. It's an awesome family. Guys, have an incredible day. And of course, if you'd like to send your loved ones a birthday message, send us your birthdays to 071-640-6551. Or of course, you can email those wishes to birthdays@cordova.tv. Have a beautiful one, guys.
Veel geluk, lieve Mikey.
Lekker mensen van Calvinia. Okay, lekker. Well, there's another birthday that we're celebrating. The Crazy Store is turning 23. And they're celebrating in true Crazy Store style with all the shoppers who've made the store what it is today. And so in celebration of this milestone occasion, we'll be popping birthday balloons with them. And you, our viewers at home, every Friday for the next 5 weeks from today until Friday the 21st of August, where you can win one of 5 amazing Crazy Store hampers. Now, the Crazy Store has gifts galore and so much more with birthday discounts that'll give you a 100 Rand deal of the month. And there's quite a few, right?
Quite a number of them. I'm talking about the train set that goes for almost 50% discount, actually.
Yeah.
Goes for 90 Rand right now.
99 Rand. Yeah, it's 100 Rand
they
deal.
Took off 90 bucks from
Exactly.
the actual price. I think that's pretty big. The Crazy Store birthday promo, I mean, there's a racer as well, 100 Rand off. Racer goes for 99 Rand 99 cents during the birthday. So that is 50% off. There's a boxing set, 50 Rand off, now selling at 99 Rand 99 cents. A rifle set, 60 Rand off, now selling at 99 Rand 99. A robot, 50 Rand off, now selling at 99 Rand 99. But also, there's a fashion doll, 30 Rand off, now selling at 69 Rand 99
We like that.
cents. And there's a pop-up play tent, 50 Rand off now at 199 Rand 99 each. Makeup gift set with 20 Rand off now at 79 Rand 99.
Absolutely wonderful stuff. Crazy deal.
Crazy.
Hey, listen. Now, we've selected our very first winner via Facebook entry. Earlier this week, we asked you to comment on our Facebook post with what is the craziest gift that you've ever bought at the Crazy Store. And then Lauren Gerber had this to say. He said, I bought my friend a drinking helmet from the Crazy Store. He actually wore it. There you can see the picture. He wore it on his birthday and he still has it. It looks ridiculous, but it's such a crazy gift. Well, congratulations. And we actually have Lauren on the line. Lauren, a very good morning. Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
Well done to you, Lauren. We're going to talk to you in a second about which one of these balloons you're going to be choosing, but we are ready for her to get popping and win one of 5 amazing hampers valued at 500 Rand each. But before we get popping, things are going to get even crazier because with every prize won, the Crazy Store will be donating a 500 Rand voucher to the Friends of the Children's Hospital Association, who provide holistic support to the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital right here in Cape Town. So we're about to get popping. This is very exciting. This is very crazy. Lauren, are you ready?
I am ready.
Fantastic stuff. All right, tell me, between 1 and 5, you get to choose one balloon. So, which one will it be?
I will take number 2, please.
Balloon number 2. So here it is. Okay, that's the one that you've chosen. Number 2. All right. I'm going to hand it over to one of our team. Here we go. You grab that. There we go. I thought the balloon would float over graciously over there. Now, for number 2, you've won yourself
a train, a racer, a robot, a pop-up tent, hero cape, and eye mask, Lauren.
Thank you.
Courtesy of the Crazy Store. Now, how will you be celebrating with your prize? And who do you think is going to love it and get their hands on it, Lauren?
So there are a few kids that I'm going to share the toys with. I love the robot. And the pop-up tent, I've actually got 2 rabbits. So I'm actually going to use it for them.
That's brilliant.
I'm going to make them a little house with the tent. And I'm going to put some treats inside. And I'm going to make a very good use of it. And I'm going to share it all over my bunny Facebook groups.
Oh, you got a bunny Facebook group?
Yeah, I belong to bunny Facebook groups where they rescue rabbits.
Oh,
wow.
That's absolutely wonderful. Well, enjoy that, and I'm sure that the bunnies will enjoy it too. Anything that you'd like to say to the Crazy Store as they celebrate 23 years?
Yes, happy birthday. I love you guys. I've always supported you. Keep coming up with absolutely crazy and novel concepts. Keep your prices economical, and I hope you go from strength to strength.
Lauren, you are a star. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much. You too.
So to enter the Crazy Store 23rd birthday giveaway, go to the Expresso Facebook page and comment on the Crazy Store competition post of the week. And who knows, we could be calling you next Friday to pop a birthday balloon and win one of the most amazing Crazy Store hampers, as Lauren has just done. Now, the competition runs until the 21st of August, and T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
And remember, if you're in a Crazy Store, you too can be a winner every day with discounts up to 50% off on selected items from the birthday promotion in all Crazy Stores. But that's not all. If you spend 100 or more, you can fill in your details on your till slip and drop it in the competition box in the store to stand a chance to win 50,000 rands in cash.
Say what now?
50,000 rands in cash.
Happy birthday, Crazy Store!
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Friday, and of course the vibes are here. So happy Friday to everybody out there, the Expresso family, of course. Just like the rest of the world. Just like the rest of the world, can't seem to be getting enough of Master KG's hit song Jerusalema, and our worldwide lovers of the dance music have been jamming to this song that now has over 46 million views on YouTube, and he's inspired the hashtag Jerusalema Dance Challenge. And of course,
what?
Jerusalema Dance Challenge.
Jerusalema.
Did Jesus go to Jerusalem? And on that day, he went to Jerusalem. Okay. All right.
Right, so Jerusalem Dance Challenge, guys. It's Friday, and we don't want to skip our workout before we head into the weekend, and we thought we'd do some dance fitness to this epic song. Guys, you ready?
I'm ready to go to Jerusalem.
It's our version, of course, guys. It's my version is Jerusalem. All right, bring that swag in it. And of course, you guys can pay attention. So what we're going to do, of course, is show you the basic movements that you would do with this dance. And then, of course, we thought we'd add our own flavor to it. So I'm going to present a little bit of a little dance move to add to it. Kat's going to do the same thing. And of course, Kuthla is going to do it as well. And you guys are going to see if you can put it all together and join us for this epic Friday dance challenge. All right, so the first moves are pretty simple. It's pretty pretty basic. It's a 4-step count, of course. You remember the counting. I shall lead you, my friend, all right? So you can hear the beat in the background if you guys are listening to the song. Forwards goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Left foot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as that.
Okay, so you...
Yeah, left foot first, 2, 3, then the right. 1, 2, 3, then we skip. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that go?
Okay,
guys got that?
okay.
Cat's already got the swag, yeah. It's too easy.
Hey, I don't know,
right? You guys
I'm
are
trying to get to Lima.
See if you guys are watching at home, okay? It's a 4-step count, nice and simple. We're gonna do it again. Left, 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 right, right, right. And then we're switching. You guys ready?
Yeah,
4,
ready.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Left, left, left,
4.
right, right, right. Switch. Yeah, there you go, guys. And that's your first move.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move over to stepping out, right? So it's that hop over.
Stepping out.
Kat, I saw you doing it when you came in late this morning. You were in a little bit rush. You just stepped into
Coming
the pool,
in late
nice
this morning?
and
What are you
easy.
talking about?
So straight after that first sequence, that's a three sets of the 4 count. We're gonna move over to that little step over on the beat. So once you've done that, switch over to 3, 4. We're gonna step over and literally step through the door and walk it out all the way through to that 4 feet
As
count.
for the door.
Good nail span.
I feel like I'm not seeing myself on TV, right?
Get involved, girl.
Oh,
Get involved, get involved. If people want to see that beautiful face, cool, Claire Adams. All right, guys. So from that step over, nice and simple. We're walking for the step over, a 4 count, walking straight back the way we came, and then of course we're going back into reverse to restart that movement all the way through. Nice and simple. You guys ready to take it all the way
understand
through?
Reverse?
Yeah, we reversed all the way where we came back from.
Okay, I trust you. Let's go.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now switching. 1, 2, 3.
And then you
Yeah, let's go back. Back again.
And then
you start again. Yeah. Now again.
1, 2, 3.
Now switch it up.
1, 2, 3. And then you kick it.
All right, guys. So we're done with the first moves. I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying it here. So what we thought is we'll step this move up. If you have not seen it going viral already, we're gonna make it even more viral and we're gonna add our own dance moves to it. So I'm gonna present the first little flavor of moves. That's a 4-step count. It's very simple. And then we're gonna step over to Kat. And then we're gonna finish off with the beautiful Kukla Adams and we're gonna put it together, right? So mine is very simple. You guys watching, nice and easy. It's all from the hips on that 4-beat count. So we're moving our hands in the opposite direction to our feet. Center of gravity stays in the middle. 3, 4. Oh, nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A little bit of swag there.
2.
You got that.
You gotta throw that swag in there. You got that swag. All right, so Kat, I want to get you to step up to the
I
stage
wish
here
I'd
for us.
spoken about these moves beforehand because like now it feels like I'm copying Raul's moves. Okay, where's the beat? Where's the beat? Raul, where's the beat?
4, 1, 2.
Okay, so you're gonna go
4,
1,
Yeah, but
2,
2,
yeah,
3.
1. Ah,
That's the first one.
yeah.
there's
You're
more.
gonna go, eh?
There's more.
So there's the left, right, forward. That's the first one, then.
Okay.
You got it?
And then once you've done the back, then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're back to the front again. I'm just saying.
Are you guys
Are you ready?
I see, yes.
Okay, here we go, Ryle. Where's the beat again?
I'm ready. Take it away.
Okay, you go. And 5, 6, 7, there you go. 1, 2, forward. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can even just check it out here. When you just one, you must just. Even if you're
You want to step up with you? The shoes are gonna off. Oh, it's getting serious.
So guys, you must be serious with mine. 1, 2, 3. Then you do back, back. Then you pull it.
Yeah!
You have to clap. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, give it. Pull it back. Bring it forward. Try feet.
I love it, guys. Okay, I absolutely love it. You guys have too much swag. I hope you are joining us on on the studio, of course, we're going to try and put this all together. Let's get involved, guys. Kat, you want to take us away?
That's how we go to Jerusalem, guys.
Jerusalema.
I'm leaving. I'm going to Jerusalem,
Cape Town. Oh man, I can't wait till I can dance again. I'm doing my rehab. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I can't wait to move again. But you want to stick around? Of course, our Friday dance is going to be a Jerusalem special a little bit later. Jerusalem, a massive, massive hit globally now. And we're going to give it our own spin. So you want to stick around for that? Right now, though, we are going to be cooking with two of the most beautiful pieces of slabs, if you will, of meat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beautiful meat in the studio today, dude, and it's creating a vibe, eh?
Graham, respect me as a human being, okay? I have feelings. I'm not just a piece of meat.
I said two pieces of meat.
Then it's okay.
Two slabs of meat.
Then it's okay.
Come on, man. That gets a laugh out of our studio, at least. Dude, this looks majestic. It looks magical. It looks amazing. It looks a little bit Asian. We are inspired today after a long week. Let's be honest. I think we all want a dinner on the table that's going to be hassle-free, that is going to come quickly. Here's a tip for a quick meal. The secret is in shopping smart. We're taking pre-chopped veggies, ready-made curry paste. Wow, you can do that. Gravy and even frozen risotto. Easy to make rice, I'm seeing in the mix. And Chef Clem is going to show us how to recreate one of our favorite, probably takeaway meals, certainly for me. And it's easy, it's quick, it's Thai red beef curry in a flash.
I heard the craziest statistic yesterday. 80% of people will serve canned soup or soup that they've bought and say they've made it from scratch.
Really?
Why would you be embarrassed? Just serve it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've never felt the need to validate my existence by saying I made soup.
No, especially if Woolies is doing all the work for you and the quality is going into everything that they prepare. I mean, can you chop better than that?
Look at that, julienne.
Look at the little spirals.
Spirals? No, I can't do that.
It is about shopping smart. What we did is we shopped these beautiful ribeyes. We've shopped the pre-cooked, the pre-done rice. We had to pop it in the microwave. The pre-cooked stir fry, pre-chopped stir fry, and the curry paste, which I've got in here, which is a red Thai curry paste. Look at those beautiful colors coming out. So you always want to fry your curry paste. Get those flavors are kind of toasted. It brings out so much more of that flavor. So I'm going to let that continue frying away. Then let's talk about the steak. So these are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ribeyes.
Look at the marbling,
Look at that marbling, yeah. And can you kind of see the shimmer that's on the steak? That's because I seasoned it with salt ahead of time.
Do you realize you've changed my life, with this pre-seasoning of steaks, of meat in general, but of steaks in particular, dude. You have changed restaurant quality now, every day.
And it's just because you season ahead of time.
Not that I'm eating steak every day.
I mean, why not? Why not?
And no, Lindsay the other day was like, this is better than any steak I've ever eaten in a restaurant.
Because, I mean, that little shimmer that's on the top there, it almost feels kind of slimy, but that's actually what gives you that crust as soon as it hits the heat.
That lovely layer.
Oh, beautiful layer. So, I've got a little gas grill over here. You can do this over the braai. You can do it in the pan. I've got a lot of pans going right now, but doing it over a grill is really great because you get those charred lines. It's called the Maillard reaction. It's where the sugars in the meat caramelize and it accentuates the meaty flavor.
Maillard.
Funny story behind it, the viewers don't know this. As soon as I put the steak on the grill, Ryle walked past and he stopped.
Yeah, he did, he's there. This is how it goes down in Jerusalem, my friend. This is how we do it.
Man loves protein so much, he knows that's his ringtone.
He's gone to go get his Tupperware. That's where he's gone. He's going to get his little bucky.
But Ryle's ringtone, legit, when it rings, it's like... steak sizzling. Man loves his protein. Okay, so you get it on a high heat. What I want to do now is kind of form that crust on the outside.
I want to sear it and seal it.
Yes, but we had the conversation earlier. You don't always have to serve meat medium rare. And the reason for that, okay, this is coconut cream going into the paste. The reason for that is there's a lot of fat, especially in a ribeye. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to render out that fat, means you're trying to soften that fat, break down the fat.
Give it time to absorb into the meat, to add the flavor,
So sometimes the best way to serve a steak, especially like this, is medium or even medium well. Look at people freaking out at home.
But I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I swear people say that just because they've been told that's how you must eat a steak.
Because they've been told medium rare is the best,
If you rest the steak properly, if you cook it well, if you seal it and you cook it through and you give it time to rest, it will retain those juices. It sucks back in all of those beautiful juices. The flavor development is amazing, man.
Absolutely.
And while we thank our friends from Taste for this incredible recipe, as easy as it is, you still might need a little bit of help with it. So we've got the recipe posted on our website, expressoshow.com, along with all of the amazing recipes we've made this week. Okay, so what have you quite a bit of stock in
A
there?
little bit of stock just to bulk it up. Just to bulk it up a little bit. Just makes one packet of curry paste really stretch. That's really great. In this pan, I'm going to work on my stir fry really quickly. So I've got a little bit of oil going in. And then a little bit of sesame oil just to toast to get the extra flavor. A little bit. And then all I got to do is hit the veggies in here. And I don't want to cook it too long. I want to keep the crunch. I want to play around with the textures that we've got. So like I said, pre-done stir fry mix. Get it in the wok. Get it in the wok, get it in your pan.
And you want a kind of a hot pan with hot oil when you stir fry. You don't want to give the opportunity for the oil to be absorbed into the vegetables and flash fry. So that way it's really healthy and you retain, I think, that crunch and the vibrancy of the veg.
And if it chars slightly, extra flavor. Perfect. So just get it in there, give it a little toss, you coat it in that oil. Super simple. And this is not going to take longer than a minute. You really want to lock in all that flavor.
You don't need to cook these things through. Like you say, it's just more for the flavor development. You want to see it in those flavors. How are those steaks looking?
You can see we've got those char lines. I really want South Africa to char their meat more. Like golden brown, like proper, like dark brown. That's when you get that flavor coming through.
If you've listened to me once this whole week, if you only retain one piece of information, seal your steaks, guys. You've got a flavor. Take those steaks out of the fridge 2-3 hours beforehand. Season. When you think you've seasoned enough, season some more. Do it, please. And then let them rest.
Yeah.
Even there's something about that oxidizing of the meat, like it loses that metallic flavor of that blood-like flavor. To get gory in the details, but it makes all the difference. Okay, so you've tossed those guys. You've literally flash fried them. Look how bright the colors are still.
You can almost see the crunch on the veggies.
Yeah.
So that goes down with a beautiful rice. Like I said, we haven't had to make the rice. We literally just popped it into the microwave to heat it through. Our sauce is looking beautiful. You want to finish that sauce off with a little bit of lime, a little squeeze of lime, just to brighten everything up.
I just want to say, Ryle, we almost finished, bro. If you want to bring your Tupperware.
He knows.
Oh, really, boys? I got the Tupperware that I
in the background. Okay.
Thank you.
So we got our steak, and also when a steak comes off the grill, it has to rest for like 5 minutes, just to give those those juices a chance to kind of like redistribute through the steak. So to give it just like 5 minutes, cover it with foil if you are worried that it's going to get cold, but it is quite cold outside. Oh, this is so beautiful.
That looks lovely, guy. Wow.
It's all about the meat today. That nyama party we're going to have a little later as well. Oh, yes, that looks beautiful. A little bit of that curry sauce.
Look at that. I've been sitting and smelling that curry sauce for the last 20 minutes, and it is beautiful.
It's good. It's good. Let's just check on our steak one more time. Yeah, it's fine. Turn it over. You got that flavor in there. Ryle's going to be one happy guy today.
I mean, this is going to have to go far. Ryle, I hope you're ready, buddy. This is the gourmet breakfast par excellence.
Look at his bloody stuff, but we're ready.
And, I wasn't kidding, man. That's he literally going to get his stuff away.
This is the easiest way. I say you can get dinner on the table in 15 minutes.
Less.
Or even
You've done
less.
it in 5, my friend.
Yeah,
You've done it in 5.
Yeah.
But no, you want that steak to rest, so that'll add an extra.
So you've had a week. It's been a long week. Get home, make this, sit on your couch, just chill out.
Why? Because you deserve it.
You deserve it.
No, you do, man. You deserve it.
Deserve it.
Should have a camera wet. No, guys, this is really, really going to be worth a little bit of effort. You do the effort in the shop, you come home. It's easy, it's simple, and it is so, so delicious. Find this recipe, expressoshow.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. Now, we asked you on our social media this morning, what are your plans for the weekend? And maybe that plans include staying indoors and watching some SABC weekend movies. Well, our movie guru, JP Sebastian, is here to unpack what is screening this weekend. Good morning, JP Sebastian.
Good morning to you.
I like the Hawaiian shirt. What is your plans for the weekend?
You can see it probably has something to do with cocktails, mocktails, I suppose, under the circumstances. But I knew that there was a reason I woke up this morning. I knew that there was a reason I broke lockdown through like 5 Caspers. It was to talk about Police Story.
Police Story?
Which is on SABC1 tonight, I think, at 9 p.m. Look at that poster. Yeah. Jackie, I mean, like, it's not precisely what Jackie Chan looks like, but it perfectly captures the essence of one of the greatest gifts of Police Story. Now, we all know Jackie Chan does his own stunts, but watch out when you watch this movie for that face of a human being who knows, I might just die doing this. Like, Jackie Chan's like vacillating between acting and a face that's going, his entire body just in revolt. Like, what are we doing here? We could be sipping a coffee, we could be eating, I don't know, like bao or something like that, but Jackie Chan, committed as ever, also directed Police Story. Let's take a look at a bit of it as well. So if you like stuff like you remember The Departed, Martin Scorsese's movie, or if you'd like police thrillers of any kind, anything that John Woo did back in his Hong Kong days, rather ignore maybe American John Woo, because the Hong Kong movies and Jackie Chan back in his Hong Kong movie days as well is like top of the pile. The story being is that, okay, as well as being actually masterfully made action, and I'm making all sorts of silly jokes and whatever, but it actually is a masterpiece of action cinema. It's also hilarious in parts, and like I said, death-defying. In fact, I find myself pulling, whenever I watch this, the exact face of a man who's staring like into the jaws of death. Every one of these stunts, this man, like, I don't know, this has to be given to a government official to say somehow he's not dead and he still has to pay taxes. But
I feel like he's the Chinese Chuck Norris.
I feel like Chuck Norris is the nothing of nobody. Jackie Chan, don't even put them in the same room.
Okay.
For Chuck Norris's sake, please. He'd get defeated instantly. Chuck Norris, we're not talking about Chuck Norris this morning. I'm so upset that you put them in the same sentence together. So as well as we were just talking there, Graham and Katlego and myself, about Jackie Chan being in the league of Charlie Chaplin, in the league of Buster Keaton, in the league of comedically like Jim Carrey. We consider all of these people heroes and geniuses. But because this dude is so much of a clown, we take for granted his contribution. You forget that Jackie Chan got an Oscar award, an honorary Oscar award for his contribution to cinema, which he fully deserves. And one of my favorite things about Police Story, he said, sorry, I know I'm talking about his career now more than anything. The movie speaks for itself. As a cop who gets framed and then screwed by his own cops, he has to dig his way out while there's actually hilarity ensuing with the love interest, their chases, their fights. It's warm-blooded to the core. Main point I was trying to make is that the dude is not just a clown. He set the pace for directors like Michael Bay, who in comparison is rubbish. Seriously, Bad Boys, maybe like, I don't know, Meh Boys more than anything. But like Police Story is where it all started. The dude's stunts, his vision, his direction, his ability to understand editing flow. Here's the thing, and you people need to understand this if you want to study film, if you want to do what he does. Get out of money, I think. He said the reason why Hollywood movies don't get action right is because everything's deadlines. Can we get the shot? We have until the afternoon to do it. We've got these dudes standing here in Crocs and Court Brook who want to leave. That's camera people in industry speak. But the thing is that when they made this movie, they just do 100 takes of a death-defying stunt because they had patience to watch a vision like come to life. Sorry, I'm getting a wild. I think it's mostly because you put Chuck Norris in the mix.
I've never seen anyone be so passionate about Jackie Chan, but that is going to be happening tonight, SABC1 at 9 p.m.
Yes.
Correct. We also have another movie that is...
Sorry, most exercise I've done in weeks, so I need to sit on my hands because I'm hyperventilating.
Wow. Okay, the next movie is Njinga, Queen of Angola. Take us through that one.
So, man, the fight ensues between East and Africa, because this one actually looks good too. This is SABC3 at 9:30 p.m. Njinga, Queen of Angola. The stage is yours. I'm not going to do the singy part. I think I just chased away half of South Africa's viewership. Njinga, Queen of Angola, a movie I haven't seen myself. But really, like, it feels like a bit of a bomb after I just saw bits and pieces of Black is King, because it's actually a story about African history.
You're putting Black is King with this movie? Wow.
I'm putting Black is King, which my personal problems right now, until I see the thing, to be fair, is all it's Africa, whereas this is actual, like, African history about a black female military general who defeated Portuguese colonizers in the 17th century. Can we have more of these stories, please? Because I can say names like Justinian, I can say names like Edward Longshanks, I can say Braveheart, I can say Cortez, I can say, you know, Richard the Lionhearted, all these European names of conquerors, and Joan of Arc, I even know female general. But can we name one African, like, master strategist? Maybe Shaka, Mansa Musa. Anyway, Njinga, Queen of Angola, is, like I said, it follows the story then from her accepting the throne of this colonized region, and having the tussle with the brother. So there's the intrigue of the infighting and which family member gets to take the throne. The brother's bitter because the daughter took it. And in fact, in real life, the brother both sterilized and killed the son of Njinga. You can understand this made the woman very, very angry. And on top of that, she had the sandwich of the enemies from without as well, which is the Portuguese colonizers. She reduced Luanda, the Portuguese colony, to like smithereens. So let's tell more of these stories, Asablev. Please name anyone, like an African master strategist. You can't. It's like King T'Challa.
I love it. Well, JP Sebastian is not going anywhere. We still have 2 more reviews that's going to be taking place on the SABC this weekend. So stay tuned. Let us know if you will be watching anything this weekend, and we'd love to hear from you on our social media platforms. Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3.
Wow, riveting viewing on your screens this coming weekend. And now from a king of the silver screen, a queen of Angola, to a queen of our screens here in South Africa. I'm talking about none other than Bugamina Xebekulu. Now, in Zulu, the phrase Bugamina means look at me. And when our next guest graces the screens of Mubango every weeknight on SABC2, we certainly can't help but marvel at the talent, her striking looks and bold chiskop that she portrays. And she joins us Expresso via video call this morning to talk about lockdown, what life has been like on lockdown, and of course her character, as well as how production has changed amidst COVID-19 regulations. A very good morning to you, Bugamina. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm good. Yourself?
I'm very, very well. Thank you for making the time available to chat to us so early on in the morning. Now, I think that we are in the presence of real Mubango clout, or royalty, if you will, as you portray the character of Gugunkosi, who's CEO of MMC. Now, tell us more about her, the current situation that she finds herself in the program. I mean, she's quite the strong and independent individual.
She's a woman, but she's also about her family and her friends and her close ones. And Gugu is someone who just loves work, which sometimes takes over everything in her life. And you can see with the story that's happening now that she wants a family because she's put all her time to work. So now it's her time to basically look outside of work and try and get a family. Since after all, she was adopted and she doesn't have that strong family background. So she wants that for herself. And that's what's playing on the screens right now. But Gugu is just a loving woman, a very strong woman, too strong at times, but she's all about love and family. And yeah, that's who she is.
I mean, when it comes to the acting profession, I always love asking the question about how much of yourself have you poured into the character versus how much the character has kind of come into your life, the balance between the two.
The thing with Gugu and myself, we're quite different in terms of I have quite a bubbly personality, and she does not have that. It does. My personality will pop in at times, especially when she's with her cousin, Imani.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see a little bit of similarities there, but she's not a bubbly person. She's very strict. Straightforward. She knows what she wants. Not that I don't, but she knows what she wants, and she's about her Sorry?
Oh, no, I'm taking in what you're saying.
Oh, yes. So, and I on the other side, I'm like sunshine. So when you see the sun, you know that's kind of who I am. So we kind of the opposites in that department.
Yeah, man, looking at some of those scenes and the straight faces you pull there, the mean look, I can definitely see what you're talking about. But the show has recently also returned to shooting after a short production break following confirmation that a staff member tested positive for COVID-19. So what's the morale been like among the staff and the crew, and how do you feel being back at work?
I love being back at work. That means I have a paycheck at the end of the month.
Amen.
Our industry is very difficult. We this COVID-19 situation has a lot of people have lost work.
Yeah.
So the fact that I still go back to work, the fact that I still go back to doing what I like, and not going back to trying to find something else because I've lost what I've been doing. Our cast and crew is also very grateful for that. So we're all back to work following the procedure that has been put on place for us. Everyone is wearing masks. There's sanitizers everywhere. Literally, you walk into the SABC, there's sanitizers from the gate all the way to the studios. So then everyone is wearing masks and everyone is keeping their distances. Even on sets when we're shooting, we do not touch or hug or anything like that. We just keep our distances as well.
Yeah, we all need to play our part. Yeah, we certainly all have to play our part in adhering to all of those regulations to make sure that we are all safe at the end of the day. Now, without giving too much away, what can viewers anticipate from Muvhango, the storyline of Muvhango in the coming days?
It's good you said I mustn't give too much away. People must just keep watching. A lot is coming. A lot is coming. With the vendor storyline, with Tenda and Paul, they cheating. They're having an affair. With Gugu, she wants a baby. So we will see. Maybe today the pregnancy test might be positive. It might be negative. We will see. Just keep on watching and supporting us at 9 o'clock on SAP.
Hey, hi, Ndorebo, you definitely are keeping us on tenterhooks right now. And we're thrilled that you get back to work and enjoy doing what you do every single day. Thank you very much, Bugamina. But don't go too far away. We look forward to chatting to you a little bit later on.
All right. Thank you.
All right, now, of course, you can remember to catch Muvhango every weeknight at 9 p.m. on SABC2, but don't go too far away because we will be chatting to Bugamina again a little bit later on the show. Warm up your winter with Super M by winning your share of 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes. Whether you need a morning pick-me-up, a midnight snack, or a study cram filler, buy any Super M, follow Super M SA on Instagram or Facebook, upload a photo of you enjoying a warmed-up Super M, and use the hashtag warmupfiller to stand a chance of winning your share of that 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you.
Is it not Prince?
Taking the rate to...
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Friday. Graham, how you feeling, man?
Friday, baby. Yeah.
Yes, is here indeed, guys. And we have been absolutely blessed this week by the gracious donations from two of our crew members, our food intern, Kelly, and Zoe from our digital team, to the Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign. And they were both touched by the initiative and took on the challenge to help others in need.
Something that I think we can all emulate. These acts of kindness, however, big or small, it doesn't matter, go a long way to ease the suffering situation that is currently affecting thousands, tens of thousands of South Africans as we speak. Charity is something which I think starts within and at home definitely, and can be implemented in so many ways, but we really have made it incredibly easy. And I'm a firm believer that if you just provide an opportunity for people to do the right thing, they will show you how generous they really can be. And I think in these dark, dark days, and a lot of people feeling the stress after the president's address, I know a lot of parents thinking, how am I going to manage with kids coming back home again, and I've got to work, and it's such a difficult time. This just allows us in some small way to be able to help people.
I definitely agree with you, Graham, and I think it's also important to remember that you don't have to go and solve world peace when you go and donate. Any little bit, and I think in the show especially, we've shown how powerful that little bit actually does help and assist in going so far. And I think that really just adds to that power of that communal effort that we need to yeah, man, that's exactly it. Exactly it.
So let's take stock here. Thanks to your continuous efforts of you amazing South African citizens, Woolies has managed to raise 2,188,984 rand. 2 million bucks. That is crazy. This equates to a total of 742,628 meals together. That's 3,500 bags donated.
Of course, they're smiling, man.
No, but that's crazy.
It's insane.
There are so many people being helped in this instance. So we've got to say thank you so much. Evidence of these incredible efforts. The acts of kindness are indeed effective and helping out thousands of South Africans in need every single day. So due to your hard work and commitment as a country, we are roughly 258,000 meals away from the 1 million meal target. That means if just 26,000, 26,000 people just stepped up with 10 rand each, this would be our goal achieved. So please, South Africa, while you stay safe and you think about your own family's security, think about another family. I think that's the best way to think about this, is just think of, I don't know why I focus on that single mom that is really struggling through these times. That is what we can do. So please, if you can, just follow the details. It's easy to do, and donate just a little.
It's just gone 2 minutes past the hour. Let's take a look at those news headlines on this Friday morning. On the national news front, South African Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago yesterday announced another 25 basis points repo rate cut, taking the rate to a 4-decade record low of 3.5% and the prime commercial lending rate to 7%. These unprecedented monetary policy steps aim to help mitigate the economic fallout of the COVID-19 pandemic. The African Development Bank on Wednesday approved a 5 billion rand loan to South Africa, and the International Monetary Fund has confirmed that South Africa's request for a large COVID-19 emergency loan will be considered at a council meeting on Monday. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa last night announced that all public schools would close for 4 weeks from Monday until August the 24th. However, grade 12 pupils will only have a 1-week break and return to school on the 3rd of August. Grade 7s will have a 2-week break and return on the 10th of August. He confirmed that school feeding schemes would continue and that learners or their parents could collect their food parcels from the schools. The president said that the move was in line with the World Health Organization's guidelines. On the international news front, the mysterious mass deaths of elephants in Botswana may have stopped, as survey suggests. An aerial survey has found no new carcasses so far, suggesting that the cause may have disappeared. But the cause which killed some 350 elephants is still unknown, although the Botswana Wildlife and National Parks Department says it is now analyzing lab results. Drought, anthrax and poaching have been ruled out. Now, one fear was that a novel disease may be at work, but a sudden end to the death would suggest that this is not the case. In other news, China yesterday launched its first rover mission to Mars. The 6-wheeled robot, encapsulated in a protective probe, lifted off Earth by a Long March 5 rocket, and it should arrive in orbit around the Red Planet in February. Now, Tianwen-1, or Questions to Heaven, is one of 3 missions setting off to Mars in the space of 11 days. On Monday, the United Arab Emirates launched its Hope satellite towards the Red Planet, and in a week's time, NASA is to dispatch its next-generation rover called Perseverance. And now news on the development of young cricketers in the Eastern Cape province. Now, the Eastern Cape Sports Department has partnered with former South African star cricketer 43-year-old Makhaya Ntini to develop young cricketers in the province. Making the announcement, MEC Fegeza Nkomonye said this would come about through the revival of Ntini's Cricket Academy. The academy was established 12 years ago, but had struggled to get off the ground due to a lack of support. Nkomonye said engagements with other stakeholders were at an advanced stage. She added, quote, "We will ensure that come next year, at least around this time, there would be something happening regarding the academy. I've already started an engagement with the National Minister of Sport." Ntini said he was looking forward to the new possibilities. Now, we'll all remember that in 2003, Ntini became the first South African to take 10 wickets at Lord's. Arguably, his best performance, however, came when he took 13 wickets for 132 runs against the West Indies in Port of Spain on the 12th of April 2005. And this remains the most wickets taken by a South African cricketer in Test match cricket history. Now, taking a brief glimpse into the world of entertainment, 2020 is going quite well for American singer Demi Lovato. After a very public and life-threatening relapse and drug overdose in July of 2018, she fought through recovery and bounced back with 2 spine-tingling performances at the Grammy Awards and the 54th Super Bowl in February earlier this year. Now, she went on various talk show appearances to tell about her journey and how she has found strength and confidence in herself. And in May, she confirmed that boyfriend Max Eric may have a little something to do with how happy she is. Well, yesterday, the lovebirds took to Instagram to announce that they had become engaged. They each posted a range of sweet pictures of the special moment Max proposed on Malibu Beach, with Demi showing off quite a sizable diamond ring. Now, it has been confirmed that the pair got together in March, and we wish them times of love, health, and happiness to come. Well, on that very happy note, that's it for the news at 7 o'clock. Right now, let's take a quick look at the sporting headlines. Here's Graham.
Rugby kicking off today. There will be 4 rugby matches to keep us entertained over the weekend, starting with round 4 of Super Rugby Australia. That kicks off this morning with the Waratahs up against the Rebels. The game beginning at 5 minutes past 11 SA time. And then tomorrow, the Western Force face off against the Brumbies. Then in New Zealand, Super Rugby Aotearoa log leaders, the Crusaders, will return from their bye last week to take on the Hurricanes. And then the high-flying Blues, they face bottom of the table Chiefs on Sunday. Then with the Premier League champions Liverpool and second place to Manchester City already confirmed for UEFA Champions League football for next season. There are only 2 remaining places up for grabs, and 3 clubs will be duking it out for those coveted positions this weekend. Manchester United and Chelsea are equal on 63 points. Leicester City, they've got 62 points after their recent drop in form. The final day of Premier League season action will see Man United go head-to-head with Leicester, and then Chelsea will look for a win when they face off against Wolves. All 10 Premier League encounters will kick off at 5 p.m. Then, ending months of conjecture, former heavyweight world champion Mike Tyson will return to the boxing ring for an 8-round exhibition fight against another legend, former 4-division world champion Roy Jones Jr. The 54-year-old Iron Mike Tyson last fought professionally in 2005. He'll now be gearing up for the bout against Jones, set to take place, no doubt, at a sold-out arena in Los Angeles on the 12th of September. Then returning to an ongoing motorsport story, reigning MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez has now been declared fit to race at the Andalusian Grand Prix this weekend. It was after undergoing a successful surgery on his broken arm this week. The 8-time world champion broke his arm in Sunday's season opener in Jerez and underwent surgery in Barcelona on Tuesday. Andalusian Grand Prix will start at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Then in just a moment, we'll be joined by Morgan Newman to discuss a little bit more in depth all of the weekend sports, so stick around for that. Right now, let's get you set for the day's weather.
Before Before we get into what the sky has in store for us, here are some beautiful sunrise pictures that we have received from our viewers. Alizwa Maliswana says, good morning family, with the sunrise picture captured Mthatha. Bandu Mthatha, 4 degrees is the low for namhlanje and will reach a high of 25. Louise G. Sherry shared this rich golden sunrise from Maybury Park, Alberton. Louise wishes everyone warmth and safety during this season and pandemic. Thank you so much, Louise. A sunny day is coming your way this Friday at a low of 4 degrees, but will reach an afternoon high of 18. Thank you, Alizwa and Louise, for your stunning pictures. We absolutely love seeing them. You at home, check if there's a sunrise outside, capture it and share it with us on our Facebook page Expresso Show SABC3. It's the dry season again in Greece and California, and with that comes the all too familiar and feared wildfire season. In Greece, locals and tourists were evacuated yesterday as fires continue to rage near the city of Corinth for a second day. The flames are out of control and the mayor has called for a state of emergency to be declared in the region. More than 260 firefighters are currently battling the blaze, with 10 helicopters and 10 planes assisting. And in California, wildfires which started on Saturday are still raging, with one doubling in size in just one day, expanding to some 50 square kilometers. That is now forcing evacuations in its path. The fire also damaged an important fiber optic cable, knocking out cellular internet service in the area, which included the CAL FIRE headquarters and fire command base. Well, I hope that everyone in those regions are keeping safe. Now back to South Africa, Mzansi. The country will be enjoying fine to warm weather this Friday, but some parts of KZN should expect some morning rain. Polokwane, it's mostly cloudy at a low of 3 degrees, reaching a high of 21. Moving over to Mbombela, 8-19 are your temperatures for the day. A sunny day in Pretoria at a low of 4 degrees with a high of 20 degrees. Hazy sunshine for Johannesburg at 18 is the expected maximum. Mahikeng, it's a sunny day for you too, starting off the morning at 3 degrees, reaching a high of 20. A partly cloudy day at Klerksdorp, 120. And the Big Hole, Kimberley, your low is 3 degrees, reaching a high of 21. If you find yourself in Bloemfontein, -2 is the start of the day, reaching a high of 21. And Richards Bay, your temperatures range from 13 and peaks at 23. Pietermaritzburg, 6-23. Durban, a sunny day, 10-23. And moving over to the Eastern Cape, Mthatha, 4 is your low, reaching a high of 25. And next, Opayamonti, East London, 12-25. Cradock, a sunny day, maximum 24. Ebayi, the friendly city, Port Elizabeth, 11 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. It's going to be a warm day at Ebayi. Also extra warm in Georgia at a maximum of 28 degrees, but starts off on a rather cool note at 13 degrees. And Cape Town, 12 is your low, reaching a high of 23. And Worcester, 11-25. Sutherland, 2-21. Last but not least, Uppington, your low is 4 degrees, reaching a high of 24. We'll have another look at the weather at the top of the hour. But right now, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
This just popped into my... Nicole, thanks.
Thank you so
Kat,
much.
here you go. Here's a warm filler for you.
Do your friends even? Do they even? Is it fun or?
Wow. All right, listen, your feel-good breakfast show is certainly serving up all that is delicious and so good. And after the break, we'll also be catching up with Bucy Radebe, of course, of Mubango fame. And we'll be talking to her about, what life has been like during lockdown, how she sees herself going forward, of course, in this new normal. It's been amazing catching up with her. And we'll do some more of that just after these.
Imagine a land where the sun shines all year over unspoilt landscapes, open spaces and pure air revitalizing body and soul. Imagine crystal clear water teeming with marine life. Imagine wild beasts roaming the bush with pride. Imagine friendly people filled with the spirit of Ubuntu welcoming you to explore this magical land, the birth and resting place of Madiba. Wamkelekile in the Eastern Cape, a province that is yours to explore.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to this Friday morning edition of your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. And we're blessed once again to be in the presence of, as I said, royalty in terms of our daily viewing here in South Africa. Now, hailing from Ndabayake village in Impangeni in KZN, Bugamina Kulu moved to Johannesburg in 2008 to pursue her dreams of being a stage and screen actress. And now in 2020, she's one of SA's most loved leading ladies in the long-running and most beloved soapie Mubango. And she's back again via video call to give us a closer insight into what life and career has been like during lockdown. Thanks so much. I know that we're taking some precious time away from you where you could be learning lines. You got the first scene coming up very soon, so thank you very much, Bugamina.
I saw your conversation earlier on.
The nice thing is that an actor prepares. So I learned my lines the day before yesterday. I'm good.
And that is why you are royalty. I watched your conversation earlier on and I had so much FOMO. I had to jump in. I want to know, because we are in advanced level 3 lockdown and life has changed for many of us, how has the lockdown affected you on a personal note?
On a personal note? Oh, wow, I love that question. So I'm from KZN. And I'm in Joburg. I'm the type of person that goes home almost every second week to see family and see my parents, and I haven't seen them in almost 2 months now, and that is killing me on another level. So it has affected me on that part, on the family part, that I can't go and see my parents as I want, because I'm working. So I don't know what I'm bringing from work, and I don't want to take it home to them, because they are high risk at this point, because they're over 60, and that part just kills me. But everything else, I'm good. Work-wise, everything else, I'm happy.
Yeah, you certainly are bringing through the sunshine, as you said earlier on. Now, you've been on Mubango for some years now, and as I said, you're a much beloved leading lady. But you actually had your start in the industry as a production coordinator, if I'm correct. So talk to me about how you made that jump from behind the camera to in front of the lens. How did you make that happen?
That jump was very easy. Well, no, it wasn't easy. I had to do auditions, but the reason I ended behind the scenes was because I wasn't getting work in front of the screen. Basically, most of the time I'll go to auditions and I'll be told I'm too dark. So I decided, no, I will do the behind of the scenes then until everyone gets to know who I am and what I can do. And I just worked behind the scenes. I was working with Nerd for Nerd, Music Roulette, with ATTV, all these companies behind the scenes, until the producers just got to know me, because we'll be shooting at the SABC. So when I did my auditions, they kind of knew what person I was and what I was doing. So they took away the dark part, which I never understood why it was an issue at the first place. And they got to understand that I can act, basically.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So it was a very easy situation in that regard.
That's one thing that a lot of up-and-coming artists or actresses and upcoming, talent in the industry, to note is that, take the first job that's in the industry. And then learn as much as you can. Familiarize yourself with the space and learn the people that you're working with, because she familiarized herself with the producers, and look at where she is now. Yeah,
and I'm sure pretty much when you got to that first audition, you were much more relaxed with the environment as well, as opposed to somebody who had never been there before, right?
I was so relaxed because I knew what was happening. Because I'm quite a shy person in real life. So knowing the behind the scenes and knowing what takes place, I was quite relaxed. And I also just want to give props to Mbang for the fact that they were at that time, because Mbang was known for having light-skinned girls quite a lot. So at that time, they wanted to infuse and just have dark-skinned girls and show South Africa that every shade is beautiful. So I just want to thank them for that, because it gave me an opportunity to show my craft as well.
Absolutely.
Mubango has been on screen since 1997, and it's such an important part of SABC2's lineup. How does it feel for you to develop your skill and career within, this family?
It feels beautiful. I love the way they take care of their actors. They treat us like queens and kings that we are. We are loved. We are taken care of. Yeah, no, it feels beautiful. Not only do they just take care of us, we also work on our craft as a group behind the scenes as well, just to grow with each other in the same direction. Then everyone pulling in different directions. We're always working towards the same goal, which is making sure the Sumbango looks good on screen, which makes for our viewers. And just to say something that on lockdown, we never ran out of shows because we were so advanced in our shooting. We were 5 months ahead.
Wow.
On our shooting, so we were good. Our viewers had everything they needed. So we're always working towards the same goal every single time.
Wow.
That's what I love about being on the show.
Sounds like such a beautiful family to work with and work for. Listen, if they've got some extras needed there to be sweeping up in the background, just to pass the scene while you're delivering. Yeah, just while you're delivering your line, I'll just like push a tea little trolley past. But listen, talking to you personally, I mean, when the entire COVID-19 pandemic is a thing of the past and we're past lockdown and things like that, how do you see yourself continuing and advancing in your career in the entertainment space?
Sorry, I missed your question.
How do you see yourself advancing? How would you like to see yourself grow in the entertainment industry in times to come, after lockdown, after COVID-19?
Yes, after lockdown. So I would love to see myself as a presenter. And I'd like to see myself doing more films. I did study at AFDA to do film as an actor, so I would love to see myself doing more film. And but I'm very happy where I am. I love what I'm doing right now, but it would be lovely to just do film from time to time, do a movie there and there, and presenting as well is something on my cards as well.
Hey, listen, put it out there into the universe, and I'm very sure that it'll come your way pretty soon, Queen. Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning, Bugamina. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love your show.
Well, in the words of the iconic Doris, you must never miss Mubango. Every weeknight at 9 p.m. only on SABC2. And while we're at it, let's quickly whip up a warm drink that you can enjoy while watching one of your favorite soapies out.
You have one.
Didn't they?
No.
Your friends, eh? To wake up and get going these cold, wintry mornings? Get that first pick-me-up cuppa going to keep moving and motivated for the rest of the day. Warm up your dull moments with Super M this winter.
I can just picture Kat actually just pushing that trolley along in the studio. I think it'll be a perfect fit. Pushing along into the weekend, of course, Fridays are usually set for takeouts, and in keeping with our theme of recreating your favorite takeout, it's quite likely that you would more than welcome a dessert into your life too. So banana split is always a classic winner, so we're serving some of the soft serve inspiration in our Super M banana split warm up filler. It sounds delicious indeed. Now obviously pay close attention, and if you're looking for some ideas for your warm up filler to stand a chance of winning your share of that 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes with Super M. Of course, it is all year out in the kitchen and we're making it happen. Nicole Snelling, how are we doing this morning?
Good, and you?
I'm so excited. It's the weekend. Of course, you can feel the hears in the studio. We've just done our workout and I'm sending it into the weekend. I think it's been a good week, so we've definitely earned this one.
So are you a fan of a banana split?
You can split anything up and I'll chow it, definitely. Banana, strawberry, chocolate, bring it!
Cool.
But definitely indeed, yeah, I'm excited for this. I haven't actually had it in a very long time. The last time was like at a kid's birthday, to be very honest with you. So
oh, really?
Bringing out the child in me again.
Mine was like, I think when I used to have it a lot was when I was more like a teenager. We used to go to like this diner and they always used to have banana splits and they were massive. They were like these big ass bowls. So this for me is like such a nostalgic thing as well. So
awesome.
What you do is we got vanilla Super M going in here, and then we've got banana. So instead of like, I thought like having like real banana mushed up warm would be a little bit like weird because we've got brown, but luckily they got banana flavor.
Chunky warm banana, that sounds a bit weird.
But,
I'll go with the Super M flavor
But we do anything,
instead.
we'll make anything work anyway. So we've got the banana Super M going in as well, and you're just going to heat this through. So what you do is to offset the little bit of sweetness, we're going to add just a dash of cream.
Okay.
Just to make it that extra.
So it doesn't look like there's actually any banana here, is that? No banana?
No, the banana is in the Super M.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how we So when you have a sip, it's gonna be weird because you're gonna taste banana split, but it's all gonna be in that one sip.
Okay, I got you guys. Of course, you want some inspiration, some banana split inspiration, then of course head over to the expressoshow.com. Kat is clearly tucking into his already. The weekend has behind it.
Cool.
Lyle, this chocolate's so good. Chocolate's so good.
Yeah, I felt like spoiling them because like Lucian was busy heating up the Super M and I was like, no, this is not good enough. Cream, chocolate sprinkles, marshmallows.
Okay, fine, fair enough, Nicole, but I'm sitting here empty-handed, so can we hurry up with this, please? I want my cuppa.
I'm doing it. Okay, so what you do, banana split is not complete without chocolate. So I've melted some chocolate, as you can see in there.
Oh, that looks good.
And I'm literally garnishing the ring of this, so making it extra decadent.
I suppose if anyone at home had a bigger bowl, it might not be that much of an issue. Just dunk the whole chocolate, just licking the glass.
You lick it clean till the rim. You can totally do that. So while that's heating up, we've got a little bit of cream and icing sugar in here. So you just got to whip this up. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can use the aerosol as well, which I've done there. It makes like a pretty little star thing shape on it. But I am going to whip this up just for you guys. I'll speed it up with my
I like to see you adding some extra calories here to the workout. You're earning the Super M filler moment. I love it, Nicole Smelly.
Exactly. So once this is nicely whipped up, just got to give it a... Who needs a machine, right?
I like you. We're working this properly. Nice.
Cool. So once this is heated up, I'm sure it's pretty... I can see it's like steaming over there already. Then we're going to pour it into your mug. Look at that. Oh, and that beautiful banana makes it that lovely yellow color, which reminds you of the banana split. So we're going to add this on top of it, just to, make it extra decadent. I mean, I think what I love about these Super M gap filler challenges is that it's like all these different ideas when it comes to drinks. It's not just your standard hot chocolate anymore. It's literally been amped up. You can't do a banana split without sprinkles. We're going to add a cherry on top.
Add that cherry on the top.
I hope it's going to stay afloat. And
I'm sitting here like a little kid. I'm like, yes, throw it on. Absolutely incredible. Nicole looks divine. It's reminding me of a kid, and now that is obviously an inspiring way to enjoy a warm-up filler. And if you're ready to win your share of that 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes, simply follow the Super M SA Facebook or Instagram page and share a photo of you enjoying a warmed-up Super M. And of course, upload the photo on social media and use the hashtag #WarmUpFiller. And of course, your T's and C's can be found on the expressoshow.com. And in case you missed it, the steps to our Super M banana split inspired warm-up filler. Oh, it smells so divine. And here's a recap just for you. Check it out.
Made with love by Clover.
Burning the midnight oil for that last-minute cram session? A warm-up filler might be just what you need to get yourself back on track and ready to tackle that upcoming exam. Warm up your cold moments with Super M this winter.
keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. And right now we are spending more days at home, right? But that does not mean that we cannot get the most from our style. This winter season, it's about getting the most from your gear by focusing on the classic items that will keep elevating your look for seasons to come. And this morning we are joined by fashion and beauty editor Unox Maf. Unox always coming through slayed and laid. Absolutely love it. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Feeling good?
I'm feeling good. As you can see, I'm looking
strong. As you see, and all the levels, John. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. The vibes are up top.
No, Woolies is all about vibes and taking them up top.
100%.
You know, and Gokwabanda Baninzi are just like trying to get used to the new normal, and you don't know when outside is going to be fully open again.
Absolutely.
So when we go shopping, we don't know what to shop for.
Absolutely.
What should we look out for?
So I think, Guhle, you know, a lot of people spent the first part of lockdown in their PJs, feeling cozy. I mean, I was one of those. I was like, I don't need to get dressed. And it's amazing. It's a good feeling. But I think now that we, you know, easing out with the regulations, it's important to also build a beautiful capsule wardrobe that's going to suit you. So I think it's about getting the essential items. It's about getting those classic shirts, those beautiful soft textiles on your body. It's the tailored pants, which can, you know, help you across different seasons. And also, of course, to get those cotton staples that really you can use for layering. And I think this is a really nice time to get those items that will last just further than the season, and to do so with style.
No, truly, it's all about the classics, something that you can wear for the next season as well, right?
Absolutely.
So when we are going into the shop, Wayna, what would you suggest we should look at?
Okay, so for someone who has a work day like me, for instance, I'll spend, you know, my mornings with the amazing people of South Africa, but then also it's about getting onto other meetings. So a good shirt is always so important for me. I want something light that is durable, that can kind of go from going out to the shops to get drinks, and then also to come back to get, you know, to speak to the work people that you have. So a beautiful classic shirt such as this with a very soft detail is great. Really, the material is very light and very easy to wear. You could layer that up also with your cotton sleeves. I know this looks very simple, but somehow it really adds a chic element to any outfit. You can layer this up in different colors. I mean, really, if I wanted to wear these together, I could. You're locking in that moisture and that warmth that we so desperately need at this time. And then, of course, we've got our beautiful tailored pants, a very soft detail here, lovely accentuating way to take care of the body. Your classic print dresses, just to say, what's up?
And that dress you wore yesterday, actually.
I mean, and I felt amazing. I felt amazing. I think it's really such a classic, you know, silhouette. But of course, the hero. The hero for me.
It is the hero.
The fur, really the faux fur, I must just add. It's such a beautiful, beautiful classic design. You can, I know someone said on socials actually at home that they thought it was a gown. And I actually wouldn't, I wouldn't put it past them, because it's such a warm and cozy element to add, but also very sleek, very fashionable.
Very luxurious as well.
Absolutely. So it feels like a hug in clothes, you know. So these are items really that can last me across the seasons. I can wear these in summer if I styled them differently with a denim. So really a versatile capsule collection. So go for your essentials and you'll be good.
I love it. I want to take all of these items home. But then now that we have established our staples for seasons to come, how would you style them, Nox?
All right, cool. So styling is obviously up to the flair of whoever you are, but these are great styles that can really go across anything. But I've got a model for you today to show you what it's about. Oh, slay us.
Who is this?
Who is the stranger? So we've got Jamie here in these amazing tailored pants. What I love is that it's that pop of color, but also looks incredible on her body. It fits snug. She can go into a meeting after this. She could go have a late lunch with friends when we are a lot more relaxed with our regulations. Pair that up with a beautiful ribbed knit that she can just wear at any point with a lovely, fabulous hat. I think this is a really nice, chic outfit. And of course, if she was colder, I would definitely hand her something to elevate this look.
That jacket. To be, okay, Uchem already has this jacket and she's rocked it with an all black. I love how now she's spicing it up with the red, the pop of color, the red and the white.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, obviously we've seen her wear this. it shows how versatile this jacket is. You can wear it really with different outfits, and if she needs to go outside quickly, she can do so feeling great and classic. But I think the faux fur really just adds that element of pop that you didn't know you need.
Knox, very informative, a perfect way to get our style into the weekend. Thank you so much, Knox, for joining us and always elevating, you know, our wardrobe to the next level with Woolies. We love you so much. Now, well, there you have it, everybody. Keeping it classic and cozy this winter. Get your hands on these essential staple pieces and so much more at Woolies, in-store, online, or on the Woolworths app.
Thank you very much, ladies. Yeah, great fashion tips there. That jacket is something, hey, with the
sizzling for winter. Hey, who said it's cold inside?
Wow.
Absolutely love it. Thank you, girls. Beautiful stuff.
Well, right now, though, it is time to announce some more winners this morning. And this week, we asked you to send us a photo of you taking a break after work and indulging in an Oma Rusk. So we've loved all the entries so far that we've received. But unfortunately, we could only pick 3 winners. That'll be walking away with an epic dipping time combo, a coffee plunger and an Oma Rusk hamper, all worth 500 bucks.
And thank you again for the abundance of entries, but without further ado, let's announce our first winner, who is Nash Roman. He sent us this beautiful pic. He says, I was supposed to be finishing up some chores after work, but took a break instead.
Nash kills me. Nash sent us that picture also during the removal of him. I think it was in his
man cave, in his tool shed.
Look at this guy.
Do you own a company that rents out this equipment or something? Because, bro, man goals. We can't argue with you, Nash. You are a champion. You definitely make it onto our 24-hour dipping challenge leaderboard. Well done, son.
That is so cool. All right. Our next winner is Supermom Nontlanhla Ndlovu. Now, she sent us this photo and says, coming home to a house filled with laundry and kids' homework, I need my heavenly dip first. And we certainly agree. I mean, moms definitely need some me time, and you are definitely making it onto our leaderboard. Congratulations.
Her expression on her face, where you could just see, this ain't no joke. She didn't stage that.
Yeah,
it was like,
I feel like as soon as she grabs the coffee and the Oma, there's like a force field around her where nothing can bother me right now.
But she's got to have the unicorn slip.
It's the unicorn. Yeah, they're all working together there. Beautiful.
Then last but certainly not least, our next photo is from another supermom just trying to do the most, or maybe the least in this case, should we say. Jeanette Raz sends us this hilarious photo and says, if you need to dip your Oma after work, but before you start dinner and don't want to be disturbed, then put up a notice, which reads, I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Look at that. And that must be respected, eh? It's got to be respected. You don't knock on the door, you don't say mom, you don't say nothing.
That's me. Jeanette, you rock and roll, man. Awesome
wonderful stuff. Thank you very much for all of those beautiful entries. Congratulations to Nash, Nontlanhla, and Jeanette. Each of you have won that beautiful coffee plunger and an Oma Rusk hamper valued at 500 Rand, which you can keep all for yourself for that sacred after-work dipping time. And thank you very much also to everyone who's entered so far. We've loved all of the entries.
With Oma Rusks, it's always dipping time. From the first thing in the morning right through to that midnight snack in bed. What is your favorite dipping time?
Smile, Morgan.
Tyson.
Wherever you may be, all Expresso prizes are delivered to you by Globe Flight, delivering smiles since 1998, 24/7, 365.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Been a great show so far. Time to get into a bit of our weekend sports. The English Premier League will sadly conclude this weekend. What are we going to do? But not before we get to enjoy all 10 fixtures on Saturday. What are you going to do? There'll also be lots of rugby from down under, from New Zealand, Australia, to keep us entertained as well. Here to tell us a bit more about what we can expect from the world of sports, please welcome via video call sports presenter Morgan Newman. Morgan, how are you, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys doing, man?
Very well, man. Let's get right into it. Rugby Aotearoa in New Zealand, featuring the Crusaders v Hurricanes. That on Saturday, and the Sunday game, the Blues versus the Chiefs. It's been entertaining to watch the New Zealand format, if you will, of Super Rugby. What do you make of these upcoming fixtures, man?
I tell you what, guys, the Crusaders, once again, right? We thought that the New Zealand Aotearoa would actually throw up something different. We saw the Blues start like house on fire. But unfortunately, I think Crusaders, once again, just too strong. Hurricanes coming off, they come off the back of 2 wins, so they'll come with a bit of confidence. I'm looking forward to Jack Goodhue and Nangani Laumape in midfield. That's going to be a serious matchup, that one that you don't want to miss. But, I think Crusaders, once again, just too good. But the Blues, they've lost 2 in a row now. So they take on the Chiefs, and they won that first game against the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago, 24-12. So should be another good fixture. I expect the Blues to bounce back, and Leo McDonald doing wonders with that Blues side. But again, New Zealand rugby, I mean, isn't it just a joy to watch?
A joy to watch, and we might be watching it in isolation from here on out, of course, with the announcement of Super Rugby's possible division, which I don't think we've quite wrapped our head around. But let's move across to the other continents. Australia, the Waratahs up against the Rebels, the Western Force up against the Brumbies. What do you make of Super Rugby AU thus far?
Yeah, Graham, Jeep is a big contrast to New Zealand, right? I just think the intensity, everything, the intensity, the quality of the rugby has been chalk and cheese, really. But nonetheless, I mean, the Reds sitting at the top of the Australian sort of Super Rugby competition. Who would have thought that? The Reds were normally the whipping boys of Super Rugby. But they're sitting at the top. The Brumbies have a chance to go top this weekend, and they take on the bottom of the table, guys. So I suspect the Brumbies may just put them there. But nonetheless, again, so much, fighting, discussions happening around Super Rugby and whether South Africa is in, whether they're not, whether New Zealand is in, whether they're not. I mean, we just want to see a good brand of rugby, and we want to see the best teams against one another. And I think South Africa is definitely part of that, with Australia and New Zealand. So it'll be sad to see it go, but hopefully it sticks around for a little while longer.
As Yuri Roos put it, it's not us being kicked out; it's them kicking themselves out.
I mean, I'd love to hear an interview or to read an article of somebody making the case for this. To whom is it beneficial? Super Rugby competition, I think, has always served as a way of sharpening up. At least in terms of the Southern Hemisphere, our rugby when it comes to taking on World Rugby. So
maybe they reverse engineered, and they realized that the reason why South Africa is the current world champion team is because we were able to sharpen our claws.
Get out of here. Get out of here. We've been world champions before.
Let's get into some English footy, man. We've been gorging ourselves on English football, and it might be a fanless stadium that we've been connecting to, but it's certainly been amazing football to close out the season, but it's going down to the wire, and it seems it's all about, obviously, the champions. Yes, Liverpool, we've got to feel for them lifting that trophy in an empty Anfield, but they did it in their last home game, and they performed amazingly up against Chelsea. They were absolutely sublime. But now it's all about the 2 remaining spots in UEFA Champions League football. And when we look at Chelsea and Wolves really could spoil the party for Chelsea.
Yeah, look, again, Premier League, there are 10 games being played, but there are really only 3 or 4 to keep a close eye on. European spots, that's going to go down to the wire. Man United hold their fate in their own hands. Leicester may have something to say about that. Wolves, obviously, they're now into Europa League. Tottenham may have something to do with that, but Wolves still need to come out and put a good performance together in order to stay up in the Europa League. That's going to be interesting to see. Chelsea want to still get into that top 4 spot. Leicester want to get into the top 4 spots. So 3 teams vying for 2 spots. I don't want to make a call here. I must be honest. I mean, the form of Man United over the last 2 games, the FA Cup, a semi-final, and then their league game just a couple of days ago, doesn't make me too confident, although I do think with so much on the line, they'll come out and play good football. And then Chelsea, I think they might squeeze in there. And unfortunately, Leicester may be the one losing out here and playing in Europa League next year alongside Wolves, who is a team that I really enjoy watching. Their brand of football they play, they come out, they play for their coach. They just look like they're having so much fun on the pitch. And I suspect they'll pick up a big result again this weekend.
I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to get to watch all 10 games when they're all broadcast live at the same time. That's absolutely incredible. It's going to be a very exciting weekend.
It's called sporting schizophrenia, and we love it, man. We love it. Morgan, thank you so much, my brother.
Always good, gents. Good to chat to you, man. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the sport.
Listen, I hope that the Premier League gets live video footage of Peter Drury commentating next season. They just need to have a camera on him. He's like the heart and soul of football commentary when it comes to the Premier League, doesn't it?
Life.
Just
Peter
absolutely incredible. But listen, let us know which sporting fixtures you're looking forward to seeing this coming week. And of course, we'll have all those results for you come Monday. But let's enjoy the last weekend of Premier League football. Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you so much, Morgan Newman, for that sports review for the weekend. The boys has been speaking non-stop. Literally, when I got into studio this morning, in the dressing room, they were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for weekend sports review. So I'm so glad that they finally got that off their chest. But we also know that there are so many people without food on the table during this time, walking around hungry. Now, Woolies is fighting back against hunger by distributing food care packs to families in need. Now, each bag is filled with a balance of some protein, some fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. And we know this for as little as 10 Rand, you can provide one person with 3 meals for a day, and join us as we race to reach their 1 million meal goal. Just scan the QR code, which is on screen right now, with the SnapScan app or your banking app if you don't have SnapScan, to donate what you can towards filling a bag. Any donation will help make a big difference to those in need during this time. But yes, it is Friday, and we know that Friday is braai day. And how does a South African Chisenyama platter sound to you? Well, today Chef Clem's braai menu is a platter of sweet and sticky lamb chops, juicy braai boerewors served with a pap and a tomato and onion braai gravy. Yum, yum, yum. It is screaming like, guys, the smells. Now this will be topped with an authentic Mzansi chakalaka. Chef Clem, I don't even know where to start. My mouth has been salivating since I've been sitting down. Like, I mean, what is this?
Just look at that. Just look at that. I mean, like, Okay, honestly, I've been really bleak this lockdown because I haven't been able to braai with my friends and family. There's something so South African about the braai.
Have you not had a Zoom kind of braai vibe?
I don't believe in Zoom braais. No, not at all, not at all. Okay, cool. So, we're going to do a little indoor braai today because on Daily Difference now you get the sausage, you get these beautiful free-range lamb chops. It's everything you need for the braai. So if you're at home and you're locked down with the rest of your family and you can braai, good for you. This is what you need to do. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to season
Where
our
do you
meat.
even start? Where do you even start? I'm like, how do you even start? Okay, so we're going to season the meat first.
So, just like our steaks, you want to season your meat ahead of time, and that way it takes in more of the flavor, and it gets a little shimmer on the top of the meat, and that helps you get that good crust. So we're gonna go the Woolies braai seasoning. If you haven't had this on just chips, it is
life-changing.
So good. It's amazing. So you need to get this immediately.
I trust you with my life. With every spice, I'm always calling Chef Clem. I'm like, Chef Clem, I'm on my way to Woolies now. What do I need to buy? And he's like, no, cumin, coriander, curry, everything. So now I'm gonna get the braai seasoning.
The braai stuff is really, really good. It's an essential item. Every South African home should have it. It's amazing. It's really good. So
just flip it there.
Really good. Turn it around. You want to season both sides, of course, because you want to get the meat, the seasoning on both sides of your chops. Lamb chops are just absolutely the best thing ever, and it's it's just so South African. So this is actually my grill that we have at home. So we take turns, my fiance and I take turns actually braaiing, because we can't braai in our apartment. Apparently you can't start fires inside a building.
Who said that? Who said that?
This is how we braai. And I mean, she's really amazing. She not surprises me, she's actually got this amazing technique for doing lamb chops. And I think it's just because she leaves the meat on for so long to get that crust and turns it over. She makes the most amazing lamb chops. Like, I'm telling you, that's why we're getting married.
I feel like we need to have a battle of the lamb chops, and we'll just invite her on the show, and then we can see whose lamb chops are better.
South Africa, what do you think? Should we have, like, my fiance is a chef as well. Should we have a little cook-off, me versus my fiance?
Yes.
In the kitchen?
Yes.
Oh, wow, in the background, people are shouting yes.
I will nominate myself to be the taster, myself and Kat, because Kat always says like he's like the meat guru, the chicken wing guru. Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, look at him. He knows. Okay. So lamb chops on, and already this is like, oh, it is South Africa. It smells like.
This calls everyone, yeah, and like, especially because you're living in an apartment space. Yes. So when you're having this, people's like, oh, Chef Clem, don't you have something there? Like,
no, I live on the floor with the most amazing cooks and chefs ever, literally. And I've got the corner apartments. I've walked past all these kitchens, and No. I live in a building full of amazing cooks, honestly. Okay, cool. So, what's a braai without pap? Absolutely delicious. In here, I've got 3 cups of water. I want to hit it with a little bit of salt. Mm-hmm. Now, what I like to do is I like to add a knob of butter to this right now. So, like, get that buttery flavor coming through in your pap. So, 3 cups of water. So, the ratio is always 2 parts water to 1 part pap. So, here goes a cup of pap going in and a half. Cool. And I'm going to start stirring just a little bit, just to get it incorporated. And then I'm going to leave it for a bit to kind of like hydrate in the water.
Okay.
And then like this. See, when you get to the stage and you just get it mixed through, you turn your heat down, to like the lowest setting. Pop the lid on, make sure there's no lumps at all. Pop the lid on slightly and let it just simmer gently. When it starts thickening and bubbling with like a big bubble, like it makes a bloop bloop sound, yes, that's when you can start stirring. But again, on the lowest heat. And you don't want it to burn. When it does burn, it's like rice. When you burn rice, it just flavors everything, and everything tastes smoked. Which you can get away with. It's braai pap. I mean, It says on the pack by Woolies, braai pap. And I love this pap. This for me is the easiest pap to make. I don't know if Woolies has some magic going on with their pap.
But they always do.
It's not just pap, but it just comes together so beautifully. It's so buttery, like it's delicious. So you can see it's coming together. That's beautiful. Okay, pap. You need gravy. Again, guys, I'm hitting you with the big essentials today. You gotta get that braai spice. You've gotta get this braai gravy in a can. It is so
convenience.
It's the convenience, and the flavors are magical. All you gotta do is just heat it up. Okay, I was talking about that bloop bubble that the pap makes, and if you watch it now, it's happening. You get this big bubble that forms, boom, then it goes bloop and it falls down. So again, just turn the heat down to its lowest setting, put the lid on, and about 15 minutes, you got the most beautiful pap ever. Quite like nice and stiff. You can see all we've done to it is we've topped it with that beautiful gravy, and that's all you need to do. Let's talk about the boerewors. I would never cook my boerewors on lamb chops at the same time. Boerewors has a very high fat content, like the lamb, yes, but it's inside the casing. If you hit it with too much of a high heat, it will burst. And you lose all that flavor. All that flavor is inside that casing with the fat, the seasoning.
So you want to keep that juice, and you don't want to poke it.
Why do people poke holes
in the
boerewors? South Africa, do you know someone that pokes holes in the boerewors? Call, save the boerewors, 0800 123 right now. Don't ever poke the boerewors. You're reducing the flavor. No, it stays inside. So what I do is when I'm done with my lamb, right, the temperature will gradually drop down on my coals. That's kind of like a medium-low temperature. That's when you put your sausage on. There's enough heat to brown the outside of the sausage and to like soften that fat, melt the fat inside the sausage, and you want that. You don't ever want to poke it. No, not at all. Let's check on our lamb. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So we're going to turn this over. And what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to start glazing. Like a lamb chop's certainly delicious on its own, especially with this braai seasoning. What we're going to do, I see Graham Richards in the corner of my eye. Yeah. I can see Graham Richards in the corner of my eye.
He's looking over, he's just like, what is that?
We were saying, what is it about a braai? As soon as you light a braai, the men will just gather and just stand around it. For no 100%. Reason. When there's just a fire, we'll just stand there. We'll just stand there. I love that. Okay. Like I said earlier this week, these marinades are absolutely amazing. This is a sweet and sticky one. We like playing with the smoky one, but try the sweet and sticky. It's delicious on chicken, beef, lamb. So get that in a bowl. We're gonna start glazing our lamb chops.
Glaze it.
Just get that sweet, sticky.
Graham, stop looking. Like
Graham's like
no.
Graham's standing here.
He's like standing ready. He's like, can I come through? No, boys, stay there.
Okay. Glaze it. What you're gonna do now, cook the other side, turn it over, and then glaze the other side again. When you turn it over and cook the other side, this reduces on the meat, becomes sweet and sticky and concentrated. You then take it off, you pop your sausage on. Okay, let's talk about what we're serving it with. We're serving it with a coleslaw. Why? Because you must. We're serving it with a potato salad.
Because you must.
Because you must. It's the pap and the gravy.
Must.
The beetroot, yes, and then hit it with the chakalaka. Do you notice there's no knife or fork?
No, because you must.
We're just gonna get in there. But this is how easy it is to recreate right now a takeaway. I mean, my favorite takeaway that does the cheese and yama vibes, they're still closed right now. So I'm bringing the cheese and yama vibes to South African homes right now. Make it, get out, daily difference, get your boerewors, get your chops, make the pap, heat it up. That's all you need, guys.
South Africa, Braai Day has just been like blessed with Chef Clem. Chess and Yama platter for one person. And if you've missed out on any of these steps and you want to get your hands on this recipe and the ingredients and what Daily Difference is doing, then head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. Braai Day! It is National Braai Day every day.
Every day is Braai Day.
Every weekend. Every weekend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The Friday feels are in full swing, of course, and we are still keeping up with all the magic. Graham, how are you doing?
Because we're smelling braai meat. The whole show, we've just been smelling steak and braai meat. It's absolutely beautiful, man. So whilst we are currently living in unprecedented, how many times have we said that? Unprecedented times. Can't wait to go back to precedented times. We must not forget that there is still a lot to look forward to and celebrate every day. New technologies are being designed to make our lives easier, quicker, and even just a little cooler as well. And with us living in cashless age, Nedbank have figured out a way to take the hassle out of paying for parking. Take a look.
We've all been there. You spend the day shopping and swiping away, and as you head to your car, you notice that parking ticket machine and realize you don't have any cash on you, or that last R5 coin just won't be accepted by the machine. Well, fear no more, because Nedbank is changing things.
And push for a ticket as normal. You'll see that the ticket is pre-printed with a QR code. I then enter through into the parking area. I do my shopping. I would then go directly to the exit. I would then open my app to scan. It would ask me to pay it, the R5. I say yes, please pay. I've successfully paid R5. I can view a receipt if I'd like. The MasterPass app has now spoken to the ski data server here. This ticket is now validated. And I can go straight to the exit, drive carefully, and off I go.
Scan to Park is literally a first in the country. Nedbank have partnered with Skidata to help us all beat our parking blues by simply scanning to pay for our parking tickets. Finally, we're living in the future. With me is just one of the masterminds behind this innovative tech, Josephine from Nedbank. Josephine, how exactly was the Scan to Park idea born?
So we know the pain that we sometimes have to face when paying with cash, having to go to a pay station, stand in a queue. It maybe accepts a 50 Rand note, not 100, and hey, this time you've got 100. So what do you do? And when we we saw this pain around money, as the bank that deals with all things that are money, we decided that it was our responsibility to do something about solving this with a solution that would work for all people.
How and when will this tech be available to South Africans to use?
Very exciting. We actually have a working solution on the ground in South Africa right now. In about a month's time, we'll be launching that into a live mall environment. Wherever you see the sign that says Kidata, you'll be able to pay using Scan to Park on your banking app of choice. So we're very excited. And obviously from a Nedbank perspective, we want to make this available to as many people as possible.
Bradley, this is literally a first in the country. How does this new way of paying for parking actually work?
Well, firstly, we're very excited to be rolling this out, as it's a first for South Africa, as you say. We are taking the frustration of a customer going to a pay station and paying for parking away. So literally what's going to be happening, the customer would pull a ticket, scan it from their cell phone, the payment would go through the Nedbank app and payment would be made. We've done an integration with the SkiData software, which is linked to Nedbank. So once the payment is made, the customer would simply go to the exit column and the customer would be let out.
Where exactly can people make use of this new payment method?
Simply wherever there's a SkiData site. The main ones are in the Johannesburg area or Melrose Arch, where it's going to be rolled out soon. Sandton City, Nelson Mandela Square, Cresta, Eastgate, and many others. We've currently got 99 sites in South Africa, and we'll eventually be rolling it out throughout the country.
Forget about loose change or scratching that £5 coin endlessly to put into the parking machine. Scan to Park is finally here, and you can use it wherever you are. Now, if only there was an app designed to help us not lose our parking tickets.
Well, it's 2 minutes past the hour, and it's time to take a final look at the news headlines on this Friday morning. On the national news front, COVID-19 frontline healthcare workers at the Charlotte Maxeke Johannesburg Academic Hospital were caught by surprise this week when 250 bright pink-potted cyclamen flowers were placed on the grass at the entrance, spelling heroes as a token of appreciation for their commitment. Now, the initiative was thanks to a partnership by two non-profit organizations, Ubuntu Beds and Together We Bloom. Ubuntu Beds is an organization that pairs healthcare workers with free accommodation, and Together We Bloom raises funds for communities in need through the sale of flowers and plants. Now, South African Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago yesterday announced another 25 basis points repo rate cut, taking the rate to a 4-decade record low of 3.5% and a prime commercial lending rate of 7%. These unprecedented monetary policy steps aim to help mitigate the economic fallout of COVID-19 pandemic. The African Development Bank on Wednesday approved a 5 billion rand loan to South Africa, and the International Monetary Fund has confirmed that South Africa's request for a large COVID-19 emergency loan will be considered at a council meeting on Monday. International authorities conducting a routine inspection of a frozen seafood shop in Spain were surprised to find ancient artifacts decorating the premises. 13 jars or amphoras are believed to date back to 1st century AD, while an 18th century anchor and limestone plaque were also found. Both the owner of the business in Alicante and his son are now being investigated for possible looting of shipwrecks, which is a crime. Now, the artifacts have now been moved to the Museum of the Sea in Santa Pola. Now, the mysterious mass deaths of elephants in Botswana may have stopped, a survey suggests. An aerial survey has found no new carcasses so far, suggesting that the cause may have disappeared. But the cause which killed some 350 elephants is still unknown, although the Botswana's Wildlife and National Parks Department says it is now analyzing lab results. Drought, anthrax, and poaching have been ruled out, and one fear was that a novel disease may be at work, but a sudden end to the deaths would suggest that this is not the case. And now, all the way from India, news of an extraordinary love. A bull and a cow in Tamil Nadu in India are reunited after a heart-rendering video surfaced on social media of the two being separated. In the video, an upset bull, Manjamalai, can be seen circling a truck about to transport the cow he deeply adores. Now, he even pursues the truck for some 2 kilometers. The owner of the cow, Lakshmi, said that he had reared her along with the temple bull, and because of the lockdown, there had been financial difficulties, and it was decided to sell Lakshmi to a milk farm. As he loaded her onto the truck one afternoon, Manjamalai came in search of her and acting agitated, pushy and persistent. He clearly couldn't bear the separation, even sticking his head through the truck's window as if pleading for her to stay. Now, the touching video tugged at heartstrings, and many residents across the state, and soon they were offering money for Lakshmi to be bought back as a temple cow. And this happened soon, and Manjamalai and Lakshmi have been reunited in a happy forever after relationship. And now, taking another quick look into the world of entertainment, Hollywood is filled to the brim with juicy secrets, and we all know that sometimes we have to wait 20 years or so for the tell-all memoir so that we can find out the details of a story that was kept hush-hush. Well, soon it'll be the turn of iconic R&B superstar diva Mariah Carey, who is to spill the beans on her upcoming memoir, something that rapper Eminem is feeling particularly concerned about. Well, if you're asking why, observers with elephant memories will remember that the pair were linked back in 2001, with sources confirming that they actually dated. Now, this serves to explain the various instances of quote-unquote beef that the musicians have had with each other over the years, seen most clearly in the lyrics they've dissed each other with. Now, apparently Eminem acknowledges that the pair had a toxic relationship and knows that Mariah Carey will say negative things about him. Well, whatever goes down, you'll be sure that those entertainment reporters will be ready with microwave popcorn and ready to bring you all of the drama. Well, that's it for the news on this Friday morning. Right now, here's one last look at the weather with Kuhle.
Here's a quick look at the sunrise pictures we have had the pleasure of looking at earlier on. Ndogozo Makatini showing off with this image of a warm sky with scattered clouds in Johannesburg. A good day for you, Namhlanje Jozi. Thank you so much, Ndogozo. Umpumelelo Nga representing Pietermaritzburg with the sunrise picture dyeing the sky with tints of warm shades of orange. We're going to get into the story about Pietermaritzburg a little later on. Thank you so much, though, Umpumelelo, for that picture. Moving over to Mthatha with Alizwa and the stunning sunrise picture. Generally pleasant temperatures across the Eastern Cape today. Finally, Louise G. Sherry wishing us warmth and safety with the stunning sunrise picture taken in Alberton. Please continue to share those beautiful sunrise pictures with us on our Facebook page, Expresso Show SABC3. Now, earlier on, we reported on wildfires occurring in Greece and California. In Greece, locals and tourists were evacuated yesterday. And in California, the wildfires are forcing evacuations in its path. Here at home, the New England Road landfill site in Pietermaritzburg has been on fire since Monday, causing a thick cloud of smoke to hang over the city. Sunduzi Municipality's Tobeka Mafumbata stated that their fire department has been working tirelessly with the help of working on fire to put a stop to it. Investigations are currently underway to find out what caused and contributed to the fires. Residents have raised health issues, or concerns rather, and fears regarding the thick layer of smoke blanketing the city, simultaneously having to deal with a pandemic, both affecting the respiratory system. They have been forced to stay indoors, causing businesses and schools to close. A group of Msunduzi residents protested close to the landfill site, calling for it to be moved, as this is not the first time these wildfires occur. I hope that everyone in those regions are keeping safe, especially during these unprecedented times. Now, the rest of the country will be enjoying fine to warm weather this Friday, mostly cloudy for Polokwane at a low of 3 degrees, reaching a high of 21. And Mbombela 8-19 with 5% chance of rain. Sunny day in Pretoria at a maximum of 20 and starts off the morning at 4 degrees. Hazy sunshine for Johannesburg at a low of 2, reaching a high of 18. Mahikeng 3-20 are your temperatures. Klerksdorp, your temperatures range from 1, peaking at 20 degrees. And if you are in the Big Hole, Kimberley 3-21 are the temperatures for the day. Bloemfontein kicks off the morning at -2, reaching an afternoon temperature of 21. And Richards Bay 13-23, a partly cloudy day for you. A partly cloudy day as well in Pietermaritzburg at a low of 6, reaching a high of 23. All the residents, please continue to stay indoors and keep safe. Durban 10-23, Mthatha a low of 4, reaching a high of 25. East London, your minimum temperature is 12, peaking at 25 degrees. A sunny day as well in Cradock at a maximum of 24 degrees. And moving over to Port Elizabeth at a low of 11, reaching a high of 26. A nice and sunny day in George at a maximum of 28. Ekapa at 12-23. Worcester, your minimum temperature is 11, reaching a maximum of 25. A sunny day in Sutherland at a max of 21, and Uppington starts off the morning at a low of 4 degrees, reaching a high of 24. That was a final look at the weather this Friday morning. Listen, keep it locked here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because we kickstart the weekend with Tresor. Perhaps he's working on some new music. Well, you don't want to miss out.
You're still tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now we're chatting to one of our favorites right now, a very inspiring man with an equally inspiring story. He was actually orphaned at a very early age, and you might know him. He goes by the name of Tresor. He left Goma in the eastern DRC after finishing high school and headed to Durban in 2007 to pursue a professional music career. And he has since gone on to win a South African Music Award, and consistently we see his name topping the music charts. Now, he recently released his latest single titled Zwagala, and we have him on the line right now to chat about what he's been up to, what's been inspiring, and of course his new music as well. Brother Tresor, how are you doing, man? Good to see you.
Oh, Katlego, man, good to see you as well, man. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you for having me.
Let me start off saying back congratulations on your brand new single. We were just listening to it now before the interview. We were jamming along. It really adopts some of the same lyrics on the chorus that Ray Peary sang on the Stamela classic with the same name. What influence has the singer and the group had on your career over the years?
Thank you so much. I mean, it's such a great honor to be able to, of course, get permission from his publisher as well as his daughter to be able to release the song, because I believe it's such a. I was very nervous, I won't lie, because they've really inspired my career from the time I was really very young, and I've also really loved what Stamela stood for musically. And they had such incredible impacts musically, lyrically, just as a band, and just what thinking like in the years, and also the fact that Ray Peary was involved in Graceland, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. And they've really had such a great impact on my career. And this is the first time I've really ever sampled, and I chose this song, and I'm really honored and also just excited to be able to share it, because I'm really happy how it came about.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful work there. And it's also quite fitting that you released this song during a period where women are in the spotlight for gender-based violence and, of course, the fight against gender-based violence. So what would you say is the overarching message that you're hoping to bring across with your lyrics in this song?
I'm sending a lot of love, of course, support to all women, because it's not really right for anybody to feel unsafe at home, you know. And with this message, for me, I think with this song particularly, I think a lot of the messaging will come through a video, which is pretty much a celebration of women freedom expression. I believe in these current times, every single man, us included, have the responsibility to make sure we fight GBV all around us, in our communities, a place of work, all small, start with small actions. And for me, I think I'm starting to include a lot of the messaging in visuals, because I believe it's very important.
Yeah.
I love that, and kudos to you for using your voice and your platform, especially during this time, to, you know, just educate so many people about what's going around for women. But we also know you're set to release your new album, Motion, in September. What can we expect from this project?
Motion for me is a statement of boldness, a statement of a young African creative, or just any young African man or woman refusing to be limited by how the world sees them, and just going out there and being the very best version of themselves. So for me, Motion is very much a statement of that, boldness as an artist, pretty much jumping on the world stage without having to be boxed, without having to be cornered because they come from Africa and everything, it's always about Africa as world music. And motion for me is that it's a state of boldness, moving into a whole new era in my career. And the sonic element of it are pretty much the music, how I see myself sounding for the next while. And also there's a lot of fun element to it. I managed finally to make a new song with a friend of mine and Nati. So I'm really excited about that. New song with Musaki. And a lot of exciting records on that project. And I'm really excited to share it. It's really an exciting one.
Well, it's been most fantastic catching up with Tresor, but don't go too far away because we'll be catching up with him a little bit more, especially focusing on the month of July, which is Mandela Month in South Africa, where we seek to inspire everyone towards their greater selves and find out a bit more about what he's been getting up to inspire Africa.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. We are still hanging out with the man himself, Tresor, and he's still on the line speaking about all the good things that he's been doing right now.
Absolutely, a man whose music has inspired many of us. And Tresor, let's talk about that a little bit because your roots lie in various spaces in Africa in terms of your influence of music. So how have you embraced all of this to form that unique sound that we've come to know and love?
Thank you so much. I believe, my brother, we are really blessed to be part of this continent. Blessed to be born here, blessed to belong here. I'll tell you why. We have such a variety of cultures, sonic cultures and rhythms and fashion and colors, and just so many. And I feel like to be such a West, and also personally for me, I think boring for me to kind of box myself in one genre, and just express myself in one sonic medium, So I've committed myself to pretty much exploit all sonic elements from all over the continents, from South Africa, from Cape to Cairo, from Congo, East Africa, Kenya, Mali, like everywhere. I just enjoy making music so much, man. And I get to really fuse all those elements, which is a lot of fun.
Keep sharing because we keep listening. But I want to speak about the challenges, This lockdown period has been a very difficult one for everybody, especially for artists as well. How have you managed to keep your head above the water during this time?
I believe this lockdown has been pretty tough for all the industries. Businesses. I run a very small enterprise, which is focused on, of course, the creative sector. And it's been, I think, very hard, just like other businesses. I mean, the last show that I played this year was at Kirstenbosch in Cape Town on the 29th or 25th of Jan. That about 5 months ago, and a lot of us in the industry, we rely on live shows for livelihoods. Luckily, for me, it's been good, you know, other areas of my business. But it has hit everyone, and it's quite stressful when you run a business. But at the same time, I love to look at things very positively. So I've seen the beauty in the chaos. I've managed to shift a lot of my focus and business on other things, and it's been great. And I've been keeping healthy, most importantly, exercising a lot, trying to eat as healthy as I can. And most importantly, keeping my mind healthy, because I believe we have to look after our minds and, of course, our body pretty much for everything to be all right.
Yeah, we can definitely see the results of your working out as well, man. Those shoulders are covering about half of the screen, man. The gains are there.
Yes!
Yes! But Tresor, listen, you're also an ambassador for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund and a United Refugee Agency ambassador advocating for refugees' rights. Will you be working on any initiatives for Mandela Month? As we know, it's always a month that we seek to encourage and inspire people, not just in South Africa, but across the world, to, you know, add their little bit to humanity to create a better world. What will you be doing during Mandela Month?
My biggest passion for me, as a refugee myself, is always to change the narrative of refugee. And people look at me and be like, okay, cool. So if a refugee can be empowered, they could be able to turn into a young, successful entrepreneur, young, successful musician, and all that other great things, sportsman or journalist or TV presenter or media entrepreneur. And also just, I have a big passion for youth, man, African youth, you know. I believe in this current time, we need the fresh mind of the youth on that continent. And I try to mentor and share as much knowledge as I can with the youth because I believe that's very important. It's not the change is not going to happen like in one day, but it's going to happen over time while we get to change people's mind and get to empower the youth, the next generation of leaders, which for me is a big priority for me.
Speaking about this month, you know, it's Nelson Mandela Month. What is one of the biggest lessons that you learned from Utata Nelson Mandela?
I think Tata Mandela really did what I think for me, the patience and the love and the unity. That message to be able to get out of jail and have a clean slate and forget and forgive and move on is always a very powerful, I think, gesture, I think, for anybody. I mean, if you put yourself in his shoes for anybody. And for me, it's always a very strong foundation, you know, especially in the times where things are not really easy for majority of the people. I think the conversation really is always been for me the greatest lesson that I learned from him. The being able to have the conversation and find the solution rather than having to fight. That for me has always been a great lesson.
Yeah, man, and I think your life story in itself is exemplary and a lesson that we continue to learn from and be inspired by every single day. So thanks for keeping it going, keeping it flowing, Brother Tresor. All of God's blessings in the future, man.
Thank you so much for having me, man. It's been great, and miss you guys. I hope to be in Cape Town sometime.
Well, you know where to find us. We've always got a fresh cup of coffee brewing, man.
Thank you.
Oh, man, what an inspiring story of, you know, a man who went from being a small town boy in a new country, having to learn English in a short space of time, to brokering a 7-figure multi-year record deal, one of the most lucrative record deals for a South African-based artist. And a little over a decade later, look at where he is right now. Tresor is definitely a treasure, not for just us as South Africa as a country, but for us as the African continent. And we are so proud to call him a friend.
Sondela gum, diti sondela guti, so sondela gumu, no JP. Shout outs to Tresor, man. I hope that he's gonna release more music soon because I am such a fan of the guy. Do you know who else I'm such a fan of?
Please tell me.
You, JP Sebastian, because you are always here to put us on good movies, okay?
Why didn't you sing my songs? Or why did you sing a song about me, ever? No, don't. Please.
JP,
Spare
Sebastian.
It's a family show.
Okay, cool. So tomorrow, it's a big day. It's a great day in terms of movies. We're going to start off with Mali and Me.
Yes, and this is a movie that you've got on your radar for yourself. You love romance movies.
Of course. That's my go-to.
What do you think you're in for looking at this poster?
This is such a cute poster. I'm a super fan of Jennifer Aniston, first of all. I love her. I mean, the dog is tangling them up
you really
together,
are getting into the
meaning
poster.
that the dog is going to get get them to be in love together, and then...
One might call it an entanglement of sorts.
100%. I like what you did there, JP Sebastian.
But see, sadly, this is from a time of when Photoshop, I don't think, was as good. I don't know if a man's abdominal area is as cavernous as that. I've got a B for biology, and someone in the editing suite was just like, just press it in deeper. Like, I don't know, make him more cup-shaped or something like that. And it looks like both actors were not there for the shoot day. But hey, they definitely right for the movie. No, someone's got to be mischievous, as well as the dog, which that's basically his whole role, as you're seeing there now with Owen Wilson. They are a newly married couple, new jobs, new city. They're trying to start fresh in sunny Florida, and Jennifer Aniston, Rachel from Friends, is getting into her head. Maybe it's time to have a baby too. He's not totally sure that them as a couple, not her, are ready for this kind of thing. And a friend at work suggests, look, if you can handle a dog, probably, like, I'm not married. Is that how you do this? Like,
so first get a dog, and then that's how you practice for a baby.
I doubt it's that simple, but I'm not like the parent segment here. Please do not listen to my advice. So the dog is super mischievous. As you can see, it hates screen doors, it hates jewelry, it loves pooping, and it is miserable for everyone. They take it for training, and it's clearly the boss of the house. Home wrecker in the literal sense of the term. But I'll warn everyone for this movie is like got a huge sort of, well, as well as the cult sort of thing. Like it was a bit of a shocker at the time that it came out, because everyone was like, oh, schmaltzy romance, perfect, Saturday Inn type thing and whatever. Drama ensues.
There's drama.
Yes. Of course, you got a fresh couple, and they're trying to deal with the ropes of marriage and everything like that. I'm not saying whether or not dogs are immortal either.
Oh no!
I don't know. I'm
I can't do this anymore.
This is for the Oscar. I'd do a violin sound with my mouth if I could.
Oh no!
I am but a man. They used 22 Marlies for this, by the way. There were 22 actors.
Really?
I think it was only 8 of them who could do the Rasta, the reggae accent. But that's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
You know what? It's so bad that it flew over my head, JP Sebastian. I am so sorry for disappointing you. But we're going to stop right there, okay?
Good.
I'm going to see for myself what happens in the movie tomorrow at 6:30 on SABC2, right?
You feel like such a judge with those spectacles on. You deserve a gavel. Like.
Let me just...
There you
Get
are.
you at ease. This is who I am, JP. Okay. And right now, JP Sebastian, the second movie that we are talking about is Things We Lost in the Fire.
Yes, indeed. You look like you're doing sign language for the national anthem, which was its own debacle at another time. Things We Lost in the Fire it stars 2 great human beings. Halle Berry, who obviously won an Oscar for Monsters Ball. Last thing I think we saw her in was John Wick 3, where she was stupendous. Benicio del Toro, for me, is a dude who is overlooked. Benicio del Toro, blah, 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 blah. Benicio del Toro.
I'll give you another try.
The man from Sin City, the man from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the man from Traffic, for which he won the Oscar, Benicio del Toro is the best living actor we have. I'm sorry, no one gives him the time of day. The dude is remarkable. Also got David Duchovny, Mulder from X-Files, by the way. Shame. But as you can see, he meets his demise. He's married to Halle Berry in the movie. His best friend, however, is Benicio del Toro, who is also a heroin addict. And so once the husband dies, this dude was best friend to the husband. She forgets to tell best friend that the funeral is happening this day, and so she has all this sort of guilt and whatever. Invites Benicio del Toro into their home because she knows him too, while he's grieving and while he's trying to recover from his heroin addiction. And that comes obviously with its own difficulties. I like these movies that, by the way, like open people's eyes to anyone who's struggling with, say, a child or a loved one with drug addiction.
Yes.
It's not coasting. You can't put the world on their shoulders to carry a very difficult situation for both parties. And this movie definitely puts it across in Benicio del Toro style. Heartstring stuff. And really well made. Halle Berry's fantastic. Benicio del Toro. Whose name I'll get right one day, I know, and then I'll give an Oscar for that too. So yeah, that is SABC 3 9:30.
Tomorrow, Saturday, the 25th of July. This 25th of July. JP Sebastian, thank you so much for coming through and putting us on what to watch tomorrow. Tomorrow, SABC 2 at 6:30 and SABC 3 at 9:30. Listen, keep it locked on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because the feel goodness continues. Master KG uyeza Jerusalema, hi Jerusalema, hi Jerusalema.
Warm up your winter with Super M by winning your share of 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes. Whether you need a morning pick-me-up, a midnight snack, or a study cram filler. Buy any Super M, follow Super M SA on Instagram or Facebook, upload a photo of you enjoying a warmed-up Super M, and use the hashtag #WarmUpFiller to stand a chance of winning your share of that 500,000 Rand in cash and prizes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, just in time for another titanic clash of the Titans in Expresso Rewind. It doesn't get much more competitive than this. Have you tuned in for every Expresso show this week? Have you been listening and paying attention? Well, it's time to tune in to play our Expresso Rewind game, in which we'll see just how much our presenters remember from this week's show. Oh man, the questions are tough today, guys. I hope you have a tough demeanor. You all look like you've got your game faces on, except for you, Kutla. You look like a person who's wandered into the wrong room and you don't even know where you are.
Is this the right conference?
Am I supposed to be here? It's going to get tough out there, guys. So first and foremost, I need a very distinct and powerful, empowering, if you will, buzzer sound. All right, Jamie Lee Domberg. Wow. You've been working on that. That's
all morning.
Good. Okay, that's good. It's emphatic. I like that. Catman. Okay, you let that.
So
as the feeling
it has to linger.
It's got to linger.
No,
as
but the initial woo is what counts.
Okay, that's two good, strong sounds. Kutle. In honor of Tubbsy, because he's not here this morning, I feel that's a sound that would have made Papa Benny very, very happy. Okay, guys, you know how it works. Okay, the first sound that myself and my team, my panel of judges here, gets to answer the question. After which, if you get it wrong, we'll defer to the rest of the panel. Glasses on, game face on. Let's start with our first question. Whew, it's going to get tough out there. What was recently found in northwest Australia by archaeologists from Australia and the UK? Kat?
They found ancient Aboriginal markings.
They found the first underwater Aboriginal archaeological sites. I will give it to you. That's 1 point in the bag. Ladies, come on. I found you put a lot of effort into the buzzer sound, but it's got to be quicker. Question number 2. And Kat might have an unfair advantage with this one because he conducted the interview, but what's the title of singer-songwriter Katie Malua's latest single? Only hear one sound. Kat?
A Love Like This.
A Love Like That.
No. If you look up like this on Google, it's not going to pop up.
I appreciate what you're saying. So what will
streaming platforms.
Well, that would have been the same effect as saying that my first answer was incorrect based on the fact that I didn't say word.
No, but you understood. You understood what the person is.
Don't over-justify.
Right up.
Okay, now I'll award half a point. Okay, for effort. Ladies, get in the game now. Ladies, get in the game. Question 3. What's the name of the visual album that Beyonce's releasing soon? Cool.
Black is king.
I feel like it wasn't a singing thing. Like,
You know what I mean? Like, what was
it wasn't
that
a
for?
singing thing.
What
If
are
it was
we
a
doing?
singing thing, you should have said,
are
what
we
is a
doing?
singing
Please,
visual?
can you sing your answer?
Exactly.
I almost feel like awarding you an extra half a point
Thank
for your
you.
enthusiasm, but I can't. I can't do that, unfortunately.
That
But
is
you get a
so-
point.
what?
So it's 1 point. Plays 1.5 points.
Who are
Plays
you clapping for?
a
What's going
big
on?
fat 0.
I'm not playing with anymore.
Come no, Mexican. Come no.
She's thrown her toys at the cart. It's over.
Okay, this one, I don't know if any of you are going to get this, but it's an interesting question nonetheless. What percentage of all emerging infectious diseases are reportedly zoonotic in nature?
75%.
That was confident. Do you want to throw in some numbers in there?
4%.
4% plays, 75% plays,
37.8%.
37.8. I don't know if we're going to go for a point of a percent here, but let's give it a go. 75% it is. 2.5 points plays.
Those are all interviews Kat did.
Exactly.
Au contraire, moi ami, that was not an interview. That was
There is a
news report.
process. You can go to the court of
Exactly, you can
arbitration
read news.
after the fact.
Do you not listen to the news when I read it? What are you doing when I'm reading the news?
I'm
Preparing
busy
for the next.
preparing for weather.
You're studying for the weather.
I need to make sure that Sutherland knows that the temperatures range from north to 50 degrees.
Okay, yeah, so this is one that I conducted, so let's see how much you listen to.
Well, she's already studying for the next weather report.
Okay, our fifth question today is a true or false question.
Okay.
That gives you a 50-50
That's a 50% chance.
50-50. Now it sounds like you're gloating, dude. Now, come on. And the question is such. Babies don't have a sense of time.
It was.
I've got to say, unfortunately, I did hear Kutle's sound first.
Are you going to spread it around like
But
the
I'm
percentage?
going to give ample opportunity because I just want to give Jamie a chance. Okay.
Babies don't have a sense of time.
Babies don't have a sense of time.
True or false?
True.
It's almost okay. Do you want to give it a go?
Is there a point? Is there a point? It's fine.
I will give you a point. I will give
I
you a
conducted
point.
that interview with Eugene. So I just don't understand right now.
And of course, it is true. So 2 plays 2.5 plays. Okay. And it means that Kat is our reigning champion. Well done. Where's the golden monkey? We don't even have the golden monkey.
Hey, there's no golden monkey.
Where did you put it?
Then it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
It's a road over until
It
next
does not
week.
count.
No, be
Bragging
gracious in
rights.
defeat, be gracious in victory. Congratulations, our latest winner is Katleho Mapue.
Where's
so
the
let's
monkey?
see if you guys
It's somewhere
at home
behind the
have been
plant.
listening as well as our
Literally behind the
panel.
plant.
Well, he goes and retrieves the golden monkey. Here's your question.
Oh, here it is.
What
Somebody
song
did it.
did Vota
You
Kellerman
fiends,
and
I
the
found
Azanti
it.
Youth Choir recently cover and dedicate to healthcare workers? So I repeat, what song did Vota Kellerman, the flautist, and Azanti Youth Choir recently cover and dedicate to the healthcare workers, and do that brilliantly? Let us know on all of our social media platforms. As
Wait, do you have the sparkles ready in the background? Here we go.
do the dance of victory.
Shane, that's the only cup that is winning this. We've seen that
and this is
Liverpool.
the same sound that rang through at Anfield. Because there are no audience members to appreciate it. I hope one person is going to appreciate the reference to the raising of a trophy.
Touch the monkey.
Raul, what did you think of that?
Touch the monkey.
Shade, so many half points, whole points, brownie points. Oh, you guys are having absolute roll out there. Feeling a little bit of FOMO, to be honest with you, actually. But guys, I'm impressed. You guys are actually paying attention. I'm sure all of you at home as well. I hope you've been paying attention to all the magic in the show, where we've been delivering so much of the magic. Now, moving over to the kitchen, of course. Time spent in our kitchens may be the birthplace of many special memories and homemade happiness moments, but sometimes we all need a helping hand to ease the load. Apologies, guys, we just had a bit of a technical issue there with the comms, so I will repeat it again if you didn't hear that. Of course, we are in the kitchen, we're making brownies, and we're creating special moments and special memories, of course, and creating a helping hand with these memories that we create with Snowflake, of course, now entering the Snowflake triple chocolate brownie. Oh, it sounds delicious indeed, and your Friday night feast has the perfect ending. And of course, the start to beginnings of creating special moments. Nicole Snelling in the kitchen. I am so excited. It's like my kryptonite when we're talking about chocolate. It is, I can't wait.
Well, you mentioned brownie points. We literally have brownies here.
Literally, I think everybody at home that's going to make this recipe. Brownie points for the entire family if you make this correctly. I love it when you get that perfect brownie, that like hard outside, like crust, and that juicy, mushy center. So are we ticking that box today?
We are totally ticking it up. And we also are adding chocolate galore. So it seems like you say triple chocolate, but it's got the chocolate in the brownie mixture. We're adding chocolate in the brownies, and then you put a chocolate layer on top. So it's
3 times the charm. Of course, guys, head over to expressoshow.com while we're making this incredible triplet chocolate brownie fusion. Of course, it's done with snowflake and it's done with so much ease, but head over to that website for all this recipe inspiration. But it's down to the business. Let's get going, Nicole.
So once again, we were super excited that like the box came with everything you need. So there's your brownie mixture.
I love this so much. It's like a little goodie bag that you get. Like I got gifted with my creation for the day, and you don't even have to think about anything. It's so easy.
Nope. You just have to have 2 eggs, which I've got over here. Then you're going to have 125 mils of oil. So that's going to add your beautiful moisture to your brownies. So you're going to add that in. And then a little bit of water. I think it's 80 mils. Yeah. 60 mils, sorry guys, 60 mils over there.
If you didn't remember.
Exactly, that's what's so nice, is that the recipe is right there.
It's right there.
So for me, it's like, so perfect.
The only way you can mess this up is if you throw the box away. That is it.
Don't do that. Only do that once the brownies are done. Because like, you always have something to refer to. So, and it's nice because you use it as like a little bin. So once you're done, pop everything in there and you can throw it away altogether.
I like that.
Exactly.
Sustainable at the same time. So we've cooked the eggs, we've just whisked the eggs up in the oil.
Yes. Right? So that's, you're going to do your wet mixture with your all together so that you don't over mix it. Okay. Then this is the hard part, guys. That's it. So
well, that's like a 4-hour like concoction that's just been 5 seconds
that saved
done.
me a lot of time and not having to weigh out each ingredient.
Gives you more time for the weekend. I like that.
Exactly. So this, you can see, it's got the cocoa in, it's got the sugar, it's got your flour, it's probably got your rising agents, it's got everything that you need. So you're just going to mix this up all together, and then I'm going to add my chocolate. So I've just got a bit of white and milk chocolate going in here.
I'm sure all the kids at home are going to say this is definitely their favorite part indeed. I can remember, Nicole, always when you're making those desserts at home, that nostalgia just kicks in where mom's like, what do you want on your brownie today? And I'll like look in the fridge, I'm like, can I have some peanuts and some chili tots and some ants? And you just start adding and it becomes like a cake on top of a brownie.
You could totally do that. You could add anything inside a brownie. You can, like you said, nuts. You can add bits of other chocolate. You can add caramel little bits in there. Like that's what's so nice about this is you can make it your own. So Snowflake has already done the basic for you, and then you take it up that next level.
Make it your own, guys. You heard Nicole Snelling, our food extraordinaire, saying to you guys, you have free reins to do whatever you wish with the toppings. Go wild, go crazy, and let us know, of course. And if you're looking for more inspiration, head over to that website, expressoshow.com, where we are teaching you how to make a triple choc fusion from Snowflake that's going to send you into the weekend. Nicole, it's looking so good already.
So I was so impressed with this because like you can see that beautiful gloss and sheen on there. So that is from your beautiful, that's going to be your moisture in your brownie. And I don't know if the camera can zoom in, you can see how moist and dense they came out. They are perfect. So I was very impressed with this mixture.
It looks good, Nicole, but again, looks can be very deceiving. So I will have to be the one that does a little sample and tries this out. I see you've pretty much finished your process over there, right?
Almost. So this is going in the oven at 160.
Okay.
And then you're gonna let it go for, I'd say 25 to 20 minutes, but I like to underbake my brownie a little bit because I like it to be a little bit moist.
Yes.
So
talking my language.
So then you're gonna make like an icing that goes on top, which comes in the box as well. And you've got a little bit of chocolate that came in there, and then your icing sugar and a little bit of water, and then you're going to just melt it over a double boiler. If you don't have an oven-proof glass like this, you could just put it in the microwave with some boiling water and just like whisk it nicely, and it will all come together.
Wow.
Dust it, sprinkle a little bit of icing sugar to give it that extra like glam look to it, and that's it.
Simple as that, guys. There you have it, your triple choc infusion sending into the weekend. Make sure you get that crunch on. Enjoy.
Snowflake, too fresh to flop.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, the name Kaugelo Moagi, do you know it? Well, you might better know him by his stage name, Master KG, who started making music at the age of 13, and now at 24, he's a bona fide star on the rise. Forget Gangnam Style. Master KG's hashtag Jerusalema dance challenge has gone viral on a global stage and has everyone on their feet dancing, from Italy to Spain, from Jamaica to Canada, and everywhere in between. Take a look.
Jerusalema, ikayalami, ilonoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana, dawuyami.
I mean, if you're not dancing right now, I don't know what you are doing. And guess what? We've got Master KG on the line. Hey, Master KG, we are Nitamus. Oh, brother man, listen, thanks so much for making the time to chat to us this morning. How are you doing?
Very fine, my brother. And how are you there at the studios?
Very well. All the better for seeing you and chatting to you. Let's talk about this song, Jerusalema. It's currently sitting on over 45 million views. I mean, when you were sitting in studio and you were producing this song and you were working at putting it together, did you expect this kind of response from fans, not just here in South Africa, but all over the world?
To be honest, no, because actually, like the song will get love, but not to extent where it is right now. Like now, I just feel like it's above everything that I've imagined that it would do. It's just breaking records on top of records.
Yeah, and then you've gone on, recently you've released a remix with Grammy Award nominated artist Burna Boy. And this made the song peak even further. It's been included in charts like the Billboard Hot Dance Electronic Songs chart in the United States. Tell me about this collaboration between you and Burna Boy and how that came about.
I was in a process to make a remix of the song because I wanted to take the song to the next level, but just grow the song further. So, and Burna Boy was one of the people that I love to work with, and he was on my mind when I thought of making a remix. And then at the same time, also Burna Boy, he was aware of who I am. because of the song, the first song, Skeleton Move, they say it was a big song in Nigeria. So, and also the Jerusalema one, the original one, it was also a big song in Nigeria. So, like, to work with him, it was so easy because he was aware of who I was and just like that. And I recorded the song in less than 24 hours and sent it back. It was just amazing.
Wow, man, that's amazing. I've got to ask you this, though. You know, when we hear of songs making it onto the Billboard chart of this and that, you usually are mentioning names like Beyonce or Justin Timberlake. So when you hear that Master KG's song, Jerusalema, the remix, is on the Billboard charts, what was your feeling like when you heard that news?
It was amazing. You know, like somehow I just thought maybe someone just did it. It's just a fake news, something like that. I wasn't even sure if it's really happening because I never made it to the Billboard charts ever before this song, and it was just wonderful news. You know, I just thank God that thank you God for this. You know.
Yeah, man. And as you do it, as you walk through these doors, you are proudly waving the South African flag so high, and we're thankful for that. We're really thankful for that. Now, you started making music at the age of 13, if I'm correct, and you only pursued it as a serious career after you completed your education, right? And I think I also read in one of your tweets, at some point, people were teasing you about the music you were making, calling it tavern music, and you said to them, hey, I'll show you what I'll do.
Like, there's a lot of critics, there's a lot of people who's gonna come and try to bring you down or try to make you lose hope. So, the only thing that you have to do is just to believe in yourself. If you know that there's something that you're doing and you feel that that something deserves better, never mind the critics, never mind what people are saying. If you're working on something and you believe in it and you put more effort on that thing, definitely sure it might not happen today, tomorrow, but surely someday, somehow, it will happen. It will like get there where you always imagine it will get. As long as you put more work, more effort, and so forth. Yeah.
Tell me, who was your musical inspiration growing up? I mean, for you to develop the unique sound that you have now, who were you listening to growing up?
The late Buju Mojo is one of my big inspirer in terms of music. I'm not sure if you're aware of him. Like, he was making some of the biggest tunes in South Africa by way back before he passed on. That's the person that I always looked up to in terms of production and so forth.
Yeah. And here you are right now inspiring so many other artists coming up. But of course, this lockdown period has been very difficult for many people, including artists. You know, artists haven't been spared. So how have you managed to keep your head above water in terms of staying inspired, motivated to create your music?
I've been in the studio. One thing for sure is that also the good news that has been happening, they've been also keeping me motivated. Like, even though I know we're facing the pandemic, like, things are not normal as before. We're no longer getting shows. That money that you used to get, maybe that I will get in a month, is no longer there. So, but at the same time, I think it's a good thing for me and a good chance for me because I'm able to work on my music freely and I'm having a lot of time to focus. Because before it was that thing of I'll work there and there. There'll be things in between. There'll be shows. There'll be that and that. So, but now I'm just at home enjoying my studio sessions. Just giving more effort in my work, trying to like make things freely and
Yeah, man. And with that, we can't wait to see what's coming up. Do you have some news maybe on when you'll be dropping your next track, maybe your next collaboration? Who are you working with right now?
I've been working with a couple of people, but mostly some of them are still upcoming. There's a guy by the name of Prince Benza is coming up. I also made a song with Mbumi. I also made a song with Zanda, obviously, that's my girl, and also Nomai, but there's another songs that we made together because I feel like we have this connection that is always making beautiful music. So we just keep on working with each other. Yeah. So and also there's international guys. There's a flavor from Nigeria. There's Mr. Easy. There's a lot here. I'm gonna forget some of the guys. There's Joe Boy from Nigeria. There's Fireboy. from Nigeria to, there's just a lot of guys, that I'm working with.
Yeah, man. And I mean, look, now that you've collaborated with Burna Boy, and clearly he knew exactly who you were, who would right now, your dream collaboration be with?
I love Drake, Drake is one of the best guys that I look up to. That's my dream. That was like I'm always dreaming about. Maybe one day somehow it can happen.
Yo, listen, we are ready for it. Master KG and Drake on a track that would be a banger, certified. And listen, we'll be doing our Expresso Friday dance today to your song, Jerusalema. Thank you for the music. We're going to be celebrating you with our Expresso Friday dance. And like I said, once again, thank you for flying the South African flag very high, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I know you guys always support me. I remember my first performance. I did it right there. You remember?
Yeah, man.
You remember the skeleton move in the morning?
Yeah, man.
And from there, it's just been like you guys blessed me, you gave me blessings, and I'm so happy that even today I'm still talking to you. You're giving me this opportunity. So beautiful to see. Thank you guys so much.
Man, the pleasure is all ours. Master KG, ladies and gentlemen, we are Nitamos. Oh man, one of the most beautiful and unique qualities, of course, of Master KG's music is that he makes use of a language known as Silobedu, which is representative of his roots. And so no matter where you are in the world, when you hear his music, you know that South Africa is always well represented. And make sure that you don't miss out on our Expresso Friday dance to Jerusalema. It Master KG. We are Nitamos.
We are Nitamos.
What's better than a sugar-coated, deliciously crispy golden brown donut and 100% Arabica beans brewed to perfection? Treat yourself and warm up your morning with a little sweetness from McCafe with the all-new mini donut and cappuccino offer. A little lovin' doesn't have to cost a lot. Great coffee, simple. Are you tired of conference calls, connectivity problems, and need to go on site or be in the boardroom? Well, Mango are soaring the skies once again. As we navigate through this new normal, businesses need to recover, and Mango cares about business. For affordable and reliable business and essential travel, visit www.flymango.com. Go discover more. Go Mango. Book now. Terms and conditions apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it's Friday. Wow!
Oh, okay. Literally, Fridays are honestly the best days on Expresso. You can feel it. Obviously, you can see the gears as well, because we're in the business of making you feel good. Now, former President Nelson Mandela, who wasn't afraid to bust out his iconic Madiba jive when the rhythm took over, also knew the value of letting your hair down and shaking your groove thing. And he once had this to say:
"It is music and dancing that make me at peace with the world."
Yeah.
And now, people, of course, with that being said, it's time to get dancing to Master KG's Jerusalema. Enjoy.
Jerusalema, ikaya lami.
ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami
Breakfast show on this Friday. Hopefully that has inspired you to go into the weekend. Have fun, be safe, of course, take care of yourself, and we'll see you again bright and early on Monday morning. Have a lovely weekend. Love you guys. Forget someone's smile.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.